I saw that she was very confident.
To listen to.
I admire her confidence.
Just the LNC
Mr. McMahon, was that by
trying
email?
to pass resolutions they've already passed. What could possibly go wrong?
The moment where where Leo said to her, "I don't give a shit."
Kyle, paste the
Very
link
ennobling
in solidarity.
We had
working on it.
I'm dying.
dozens of comments on my stuff.
And then social
People
media.
saying, "For the first time, I'm rooting for the cops."
Amanda's been so mad tonight. So mad. So mad.
Because you're lying to me.
It's a rare moment, but
Amanda does not believe that literal Cracker Barrels exist.
Cops finally find somebody worse than
thing I've ever heard in my life, Kyle.
That's how they ship them. This
And
is
I
not my
want you to
fault.
know that given my wanted position as a B-list player in the local media, I'm doing everything I can to play that video everywhere and anywhere around the world. All right.
You know what? Let's
So
post our
please,
thing under John's.
Wherever you find it, share it. Because the actual attorney general is a jerk. Oh.
Thanks,
And
Pat.
then,
I did this all by myself.
The Judge Frank.
I'm working on the rest of this.
What's that, buddy?
Thanks for the share of the YouTube link to for the Judge Frank.
Oh yeah. No, I knew his
Going to
son.
things
I
published
know
to
his
socials
son
and working.
fairly well. That was a special commission. That was an excerpt from a commission where he and a fundraising effort and a little bit of state money was put together to renew people's driver's license who had lost them because of this whole fiasco with, what do they call it? The pipeline to poverty. Somebody who's broke gets a couple parking tickets, can't pay them because they're, I don't know, paying for food and rent and all that stuff. But the state needs their money. So that was the only time I ever got a chance to interview him on camera.
Hi, Dave. You missed Kyle lying to me about
Big deal in Florida
barrels
too,
of crackers.
and of which
she alleges these
Mr.
existed.
Chair, today's also
He's
the anniversary
exploiting
of Hurricane Andrew.
once again
Ooh.
my lack of knowledge about food.
Back when they were building houses out of duct tape and bubble gum.
I wanted to exploit your knowledge about food.
And they weren't properly securing the roofs. And Homestead turned into basically
You're doing
ground
it right
zero
now.
for a while. We're still recovering from Irma a little bit in some areas in the Middle Keys, so that was a wild one.
I'm still recovering.
And
from
every
Kyle
10 years
telling me
ago,
that
we'd get a big
barrels
kahuna
had
and we'd just
crackers.
get hit
No,
really
Dave,
hard
don't.
down
I
here in the
don't
Keys,
look. I don't want
so-
to hear from Big
So we'll see what
Barrel on
happens.
this.
You know,
Okay.
every
You
hurricane
and Kyle
season's
are
a
obviously
gamble.
in cahoots.
But
I
it is
understand
7:32, so
It's because,
Mr. Secretary,
as
whenever
both
you're
Davises.
ready, we'll go ahead
Yes.
and get this party
so
started.
to me, it's I can't trust you, Dave, on this.
Mr. Dara added you as a co-host if you can monitor people coming in.
Why am I dying?
Because the crackers are caught in your throat.
I wasn't eating crackers,
just
Kyle.
approved him.
It's
It's
the
from the
entire
barrel.
point. Because nobody. Because I didn't want barrel mites, which is what you would get if you put crackers in barrels.
Barrel mites.
It's wood mites,
Calling the
whatever.
roll, Mr. Buller.
Are we recording?
Present.
Yes,
Goodness.
Oh, got it.
you called the meeting to order, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Actually, don't think you
We
are
are
recording.
recording, aren't we?
No,
Yes.
you aren't.
Yes.
Okay.
Who?
You aren't recording. They
Mr.
aren't.
Bowler.
The meeting isn't being
Present.
recorded.
Mr. Boss.
What do you mean?
Present.
They said, "Are they recording?" And then
Mr.
they are not
Chatterton.
recording the
Oh,
meeting.
they are. Yes.
Present.
When I hopped in,
Mr. Wiley.
it said meeting being recorded.
Mr. Vice Chair Dar.
Wiley's not there again.
Present.
Mr. Dassing.
Yeah.
Mr.
We're well in
Bracco.
Colorado yesterday, by the way, guys.
Mr. Ford.
Nobody from
Present.
Team Goodman and Wiley showed up,
Mr. Weir.
so the good people swept it.
Miss Hayes. Miss Hollisey.
Here.
Mr. Nebel.
Present.
Neville, sorry. Mr. Lamb.
Like
Present, but I will
what
be
you don't
deferring
do
to Austin
crackers
Martin
and
unless I
barrels.
state otherwise.
Okay. Mr. Martin.
Look at that, Aaron. I would be deferring my votes to my alternate, but I am
Mr.
here
McGinn.
just in case.
Joe, I wouldn't be surprised. Wiley is busy
Mr.
registering as an
McGee.
LP member. By the way, Kyle, in responding to comments, we
Johnson.
should be saying them out loud for
I'm
the
here.
people who are audio only.
I am also here.
That's what I said during the freaking thing with Tom
I
on
am
Wednesday.
here.
Okay.
Mr.
Well,
Nana.
was I there on Wednesday? No.
Should have been.
Mr. Dart, there are people.
Trying to join.
I was in a meeting.
There are people waiting in the waiting room
Yeah,
too.
and it could have been a meeting with me.
Mr. Hirsch,
Here.
Mr. Redpath.
Never mind the revolution. Kyle wants attention, everyone.
An
To
attention.
lie to me
Mr.
about
Dart, can you
crackers.
grab the info? Because I think Mr. Redpath was going to call in and he may not have it, the information to be able to do that. Mr. Thompson.
So, in a similarly
Ms.
funny
Tower.
thing while this is going on
Here.
about
Mr. Vincent.
Colorado, Jim Wiley had a casino night that he twice
Pretty
got the
sure
date
that I
and
saw
day
him.
wrong on.
Mr.
And
Vincent.
for the actual event, only 20 people showed up.
He
And those
was
motherfuckers
attempting to
paid
join
for an
earlier.
open bar.
Let me see if he actually made it in. He should
So
be
they
in.
lost money.
I see his name.
But they
so
did
it's
have a
matter if he
Republican
can
speaker.
Unmute or not.
You're damn right,
Welcome
Nolan.
back to Mr. Watkins.
Uh,
What did Nolan say?
If
Hello.
Lamb isn't going to participate, then
Chair
he shouldn't
Nikayla.
be on the LNC.
Present.
Okay, we'll go through Ms. Hayes. I don't think she's here. Mr. Nana.
I'm here.
Oh, okay. Mr. Redpath. Mr. Vincent.
Hello.
Okay. Mr. Chair, we have 16 in attendance.
All right, we
For
have
voting.
quorum. The chair will now entertain a motion to adopt the agenda.
I would
Mr.
actually,
Chair, I would ask to amend the agenda.
Mr. McMahon?
I would add 15 minutes to section A at the very top for Mr. Chatterton.
Kyle's trying to
to
silence you,
review
everyone.
and
You should
discuss-
know.
to
I'm telling
discuss
Kyle not to
the
silence you.
document he sent to the board.
I'm not trying to silence
as he
anyone who's
did
here.
attempt notice.
Kyle wants to put
I
your
will rule
comments
that in
down
order.
so that people can't see what you have to say.
It's true. Unless your comment doesn't suck.
Mr. Chair,
Yes, Mr.
So
Ballard?
you heard it here first.
also
If
like to
Kyle
amend
puts the
the
comments
agenda.
away and doesn't bring up your comment,
I
it
would
means he thinks that your
like
comment
to
sucks.
do
It's true.
business item C before business items A and B
I'm fighting for you guys.
because I feel like it's
No,
going
she's
to
not.
probably
She's
be
fighting to
something
make
that
me
moves
mad.
along a little bit faster than the other two. And I'd like to accomplish as
It's
much as
also a
we
way
can in this
for
meeting.
Kyle to be looking
Alright,
at comments rather
is
than
there
being
a
part of the
second
stream.
for the? Well, actually, I'm going to have to ask, is there a second for the
Amendment?
Yeah, I
McMahon?
wanted to see what
Amendment?
wants to bring up on
Second.
screen.
Any objection? Hearing none. Mr. Ballard, is there a second for your motion?
I
amendment?
agree, Joe. All comments matter.
Second.
Any objection? Hearing none. All right. Anyone else seeking to recognize Mr. Bost?
Yes, I don't know when it would be appropriate. I did want to eventually divide the question on the FSC appointments.
Sure. At the time of the motion, I can recognize you and you can make.
I
that
agree, Tyler.
motion to
Kyle's
divide.
sucky comments suck. That's why we have the comments on stream, so that like there can be I can engage with something
All right. Any
intelligent.
further discussion?
And so you
on
chose
the
Tyler?
agenda?
I chose literally anyone who isn't you.
Is there a second to adopt the agenda?
Second.
Any objection? All right. Hearing none, we'll move on. Mr. McMahon, the item that you amended to hear Mr.
I
Chatterton
don't know if you guys were
speak,
there,
would
but
that
Kyle lies.
was that before A,
Kyle lies
or was it the
about
first item on
crackers.
the agenda?
It would be first item on the agenda, so it would go Mr. Chatterton, then resolution 1, then so it would go
Amanda doesn't believe in
Because
Cracker
resolution
barrels.
C got bumped before
like the
A,
literal
or
barrels of
one.
crackers.
Yeah, so it would be the second agenda item.
She thinks that
There
the
should
name
be a
Cracker
second,
Barrel
so it would
spawned
go
out of someone's
motion
head
C.
completely with nothing behind it.
motion to appoint
Yeah, because I believe in
Then
human creativity, Kyle.
Mr. Chatterton, then resolution 1, then resolution 2.
And the creativity you imagine.
Gotcha.
a
So
barrel
if
of
we're all fine with going directly
No,
into
that's
C,
that's what you're
and then we'll let
imagining.
Mr. Chatterton speak,
I
and then
I
we'll go
dreamed
to
great
1 and 2.
I
think that
dreamed
would be a
greater things
good
for the
order.
human race, Kyle.
Sorry.
Mr. Dar, since
You
this
were dumb.
is my motion, I'll pass
Yeah,
the
you
gavel
think
off
I'm
to you.
dumb, which is why you're telling me about these barrels that never existed.
Understood. Thank you.
They
You're
existed.
more
Thank you,
dumb than
Mr.
a
Dar.
barrel of
So I
monkey.
did move to appoint Ms. Cower and Mr. Niebel to the FSC.
Now at this time, Mr. Bose would be when you'd seek to be recognized.
Yes.
Do
I recognize
so?
Mr. Bose.
Yes, I
Just make
move to
Just to make sure that the motion is a second for Mr. Kayla's motion.
Second.
Thank you.
Yes, I move to conduct the elections of Mr. Nebel and Ms. Cowart separately, otherwise the same as previously noticed.
I second.
Motion has been made and seconded. Is there any opposition to that? Motion passes then. We'll move as that. Was there intent to have the applicant speak to their nomination again, or just move directly to the voting?
I think just voting.
I think we're okay. Just making sure what that was the intent when the item was given out. Mr. Chatterton, you wish to be recognized?
I apologize. First, a clarification: have we divided the motions, and are we considering a specific one, or where are we at Parliament procedurally? If it can be clarified.
Divided the motion.
There's no opposition to dividing it, so we'll proceed to a vote on each one separately.
I think the basis for the division was to raise the concern about combined participation in a couple of the committees, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, the basis for division is
I would
they're
like
two
to at
separate
least have
people.
an opportunity to have some discussion of the nominations before we move to the vote. I don't know if we're in discussion of them at this point.
Are you making some sort of motion to that effect, Mr. Chatterton?
Basically just that we have discussion and not move immediately into a vote on appointing.
Are you making a motion to
What's
have
the
each
motion?
applicant speak to for 5 minutes for their time? And Mr. Nikhil, I see you're also raising your hand there.
I believe what Mr. Chatterton's requesting is to have an opportunity to discuss each applicant.
Is it a request
If I'm
or
not
is it a
mistaken,
motion?
Mr. Chatterton, did you want to?
Point of order, Mr. Chair.
You want
I
debate
raise a point of order.
on the candidates?
Discussion would be in order unless it was voted against. Isn't that correct?
No, that's not
Right. If we are to move right to the vote, we would have to call the question. If there's people that wish to discuss, I assume there might be.
Okay.
I will if others do not.
I see what the point you're trying to make now.
Sorry
Okay.
for the.
Just had to get there with your where you were trying to go on that. So the first nomination would be for then Ms. Cowart there. So you could speak to that either way and then call the question. I see Mr. Nana. Then Ford, then Chatterton in the order I see.
I do believe Chatterton was first.
Oh, excuse. Okay.
Yeah. Let Mr. Chatterton go first, and honestly, I can go last.
All right. His hand dropped, so
Well, there's
sorry
only
for the
two,
confusion
so it's
there.
pretty easy if he's
Mr.
going first to
Chatterton,
go
go
last.
ahead.
Come on, Dustin.
No
Give it
worries.
Matt.
So
Just like Amanda needs to get with Cracker
I believe
Barrels.
Those were never real in the way that you're describing.
So with regard to that, I wanted to basically raise concern regarding our
bet you can still buy 'em
EPCC
now.
and FSC committees, and they're both very important roles and powerful responsibilities with regard to considering actions of the board. And I generally feel that given that both of those committees have elements in their definitions that allow those committees to have some degree of oversight,
You can buy
or I guess
a
veto
barrel of
power
crackers.
potentially over
Yeah, I'm
actions
sure you
of the
can now,
board
Kyle,
that
because it's like a gimmick
I
item
don't think
because
it is
there's a
appropriate
store called
for any
Cracker Barrel.
individuals to sit on both of those committees. I don't have any
Westminster
particular
Crackers
objection to Ms.
is
Cowart.
from 1828, and they're
Yeah, but
still
they didn't
selling.
come
I
in
would basically say
barrels.
the same for any individual.
They literally
that was,
say that it's the
seeking to
same
be on
way they've been
both
selling
those,
them
and,
Again,
for
I'm sure
100
they
generally
say
ask
that
that
now because it's a gimmick.
board consider, given the scope of those committees and their important roles that they each serve,
Kyle's so gullible.
that we would ask
anything.
individuals to seek only to serve on one of those. Obviously, I know there's no enforceable mechanism to that, but I think it would be a good best practice and best diligence to
Good best practice.
consider for
About better
governance
best
of the
practice
party.
or best practice.
Thank you very much. And again, nothing personal.
This is the worst best practice I've ever
against
heard
Ms.
of.
Cowart in any way with those comments.
Mr.
This is
Ford, I see
unusual
your hand
because,
raised
like,
next.
Andrew Chatterton does normally like
Yeah, I just want to make
get
it very
his
clear
point
that
out.
all the individuals running tonight for a variety of committee slots are highly competent, and I think
I
are
want to make a list of worst
honorable people.
practices.
I just worry that we've got, first of all, we've got so many committees to oversight an incredibly small organization. That's frustrating to me. I have to say that. But at the same token,
You're incredibly frustrating because you still haven't
any one
responded to my
individual,
email about sweets,
including
Matt.
myself, who would seek more than one position
Kyle,
on
he's
those
very
committees.
busy. He's waiting for
We've got a
his
large
chairs
board,
to get back
and
to him.
we've got a board where folks are not involved in any committees at all. And again, they're all competent. So I'm confused why we shouldn't prevent overlapping memberships. Thank you. So I too would like to ask people to choose one board and serve it well.
No
Because
problem,
both
Carol.
of them are very difficult. I mean, there's the FSC's got responsibilities, the EPCC's got responsibilities, the executive committee's got responsibilities.
See, Joe says that he needs
There's
to
a
be
lot of
stopped.
work
He
for
just
any
needs
one
to
of them
stop
to be
being
done well.
sarcastic
Thank you.
online, but I don't know whether he's being sarcastic right now. I really need to stop being
Mr.
sarcastic online.
Thank you for recognizing.
Why were you horny about
Mr.
it?
Chair. I share
That's
Mr.
my horny
Chatterton
voice.
and Mr. Ford's concerns about overlapping roles, and I'm not as concerned
Well,
about
not
it as
everything
Mr.
I do is
Ford.
about
I
you.
think that there's a lot of competent people in the party who can serve in more than one capacity, but a problem arises when one committee will be effectively
Is Austin-
validating or
Austin's
providing
video? What's going
oversight
on?
to another
What
with
the
a
fuck
substantive
is
amount
Austin?
of power.
Just like being
And
held
when
in
that
someone's basement.
happens, overlapping memberships can become quite problematic because it becomes really hard to keep people accountable.
Is
So
it a
if the
bedroom?
point of these
And is
committees
that
is to
bed on
provide
pallets?
accountability and oversight and all
Well, see,
of
Kyle, they
the
used to put
standards,
bed
high standards
barrels
that we want to
back in
keep,
the day.
we send a
You wouldn't
terrible
remember.
message by
Because
even
you
if
were
they're
still a
great
little
by stocking them
For people of
with
your
wood
size, they just
mite
put the beds
larva.
in the
the
barrels.
same small handful
That's what
of
I
people.
said.
And
put
so I
beds in the
really
barrels.
object to
You
that.
just
And
like,
Mr. Secretary, for the record, if it's all right, I'd like to record an objection. I didn't want to
Amanda
slow
in
us
a barrel.
down while we were moving on the agenda, but I do
A
have an
barrel of
objection
Amanda.
that I'd like to make on the record that most of the
Probably
items
sell
on
better
the
than a
agenda
river.
today
barrel of
present some
crackers.
kind of problem that could present legal issues and liability, and
You
I'm
can make an
extremely
LPA
concerned
fundraiser.
about that. But it's
Amanda
I don't
wants you
want
in a
that to
barrel.
be like I didn't want to make
Fully
us
You're
vote
not
on
in
it,
order
but
right now, Mr. Martin. That's not speaking to the item at hand. That would be in order later.
very well.
Jump out like
Thank
a
you.
fistful of
On these
crackers. Be like,
appointments,
Mazel tov!
I would like to see us have a little more participation from the broader membership. There's a lot of room for people to participate, and there's no need to have these kind of backroom. The deal is done before it gets here, and I think most of the folks in the audience can tell that we're not voting based on the merits of each candidate, but on trying to do power struggles on the board, and I'm trying to stop that. And yield.
That's uncalled for.
Mr. Buller.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I
By the way, the
understand
reason this
Mr.
is happening
Martin's
again, guys, is because
hesitance
there was
in regards to
concern
these
about
committees and the
the
consolidation of
prior
power.
motions that were
I think
passed.
he
these
does make
motions
some
being
interesting
improperly
points.
noticed.
I would say that
so
from
Nicola
my
declared them
understanding,
null
though,
and void. So we're
you know,
voting
it's
on
very
things
difficult
from June.
to actually find people to fill all of these different committees. And you'd think with how large this organization is, it would be fairly simple. But it's not just finding a person to fill it. You also have to find someone who is qualified. And I believe both of these candidates have the experience and skills necessary to actually do well.
Damn well said.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Buller. Mr. Watkins.
Yeah, I'd like to echo concerns raised by Mr. Chatterton, Mr. Ford, and Mr. Martin. Again, this is not a personal, I don't have any personal issues with any of the candidates, but I do think, first of all, I don't think the FSC should exist, honestly. I think most of that role can be consolidated into the audit committee in some way. And I think the point that Mr. Bowler raised is valid about not being able to find enough people to fill all of these committees. And perhaps that means we should not have as many committees as we have.
You heard it here first. We're replacing
But
the HQ
again,
with
Ms.
one
Cowart
really
has
big ass
been
barrel.
a pleasant
so happy
addition
about
to the
that.
EPCC.
It will be just as leaky as the current building.
This is not a
See, that's the thing.
You
And
know,
the crackers
nothing
would leak out
personal
of the
against
barrel. Your
her as a
lie
person or
doesn't hold
anything
up.
like that,
Leak
or as
out
a
of the
candidate
barrel.
for
They're
this
not a
role.
fluid.
Again, I just think
Barrels
and
are
I
watertight.
think
That's why
we
you
should
shoot
Crackers are
whiskey in
very
it.
thin.
recognize that Miss Janice
And
Gavich,
Thinner than
I think,
water.
out of the
saw
cracks.
this potential conflict when she was
There's
on
not
the
cracks in
Barrel. It's
barrels.
a
audit
cracked
committee
barrel. That's the
and
thing. So it was a barrel that was cracked.
stepped away from that to
But
join the
not cracked
FSC. But
cracker
again,
people in the
was
barrel.
South
also on
couldn't
the
spell, and so they
EPCC
just said cracker
along with
barrel instead
Mr.
of cracked
Malagon
barrel. Someone
on
had bad
both
penmanship or like
committees.
poor.
If you're going
I
with
just
that
see
one,
that
it'd be
as
a
a
cracked
potential issue.
barrel.
But again,
Look,
That's
Kyle,
a bad
my
thing,
main
I
too.
concern
don't
is that
dictate how
this
people
committee should
misread
probably
things.
just be rolled into the audit committee. Thank you.
You
Thank you,
misspell
Mr.
things all the
Watkins.
time.
Ms. Cowart.
I just wanted to make sure that everyone has an understanding of what the FSC does versus what the EPCC does. So there is no overlap between those two committees. The EPCC is dealing with staff and contractor things specifically. If you look in the verbiage of the policy manual, the FSC specifically says it handles things that are not handled by the EPCC. So while you're right, Ms. Yanuskavich did withdraw from the audit committee because she felt like there was going to be a conflict of interest if she was serving on the FSC and audit committee. I truly don't understand the concern between having someone serve on the EPCC and the FSC because they are dealing with two totally separate
Nolan
things.
Schmidt says,
One
"Damn,
is
is it me or
contracts
is
related
Watkins,
to
Ford, and Martin and
personnel.
Shadden on
The
point
other
for
is
time wasting?"
related to financial
They
things
are.
that are kind
That's
of
what they're doing.
outside of that. Neither one of those committees have veto power over the LNC, and then there's also the executive committee that has the power to do things as well. So I hear what you guys are saying, but I'm just not. I'm truly just not understanding what the concern is.
Mr.
That was all.
Nikhil.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I just wanted to speak to Ms. Cowart's acumen on both committees. Number one, Ms. Cowart does have experience that makes her uniquely qualified for EPCC, as well as a financial acumen, which I think makes her well qualified for the FSC. Both committees require accountability. They have responsibility. These are important committees, and finding the right pick is not easy, but I think we have two very well qualified candidates who I personally trust to take on those duties. I can't speak highly enough of either one of these candidates. Mr. Nebel is a CPA. I just, I'll say this. We do have a lot of committees, but I'll say this. Finding LNC members who are interested in serving on committees can be a tough job. We do need an LNC member for the candidate support committee. I've been begged by the chair for a while trying to get some folks. I know that we did have some turnover there for righteous reasons, but we do need some new bodies on there to help out. It's a very important committee. So I say that to say that it isn't always so simple finding the right people, and I think we've got some good picks. Thank you.
All right, Mr. Watkins again.
I just have a question. What is there anything urgent that the FSC needs to consider, or what would be the consequences for not filling these committees right now? Is there any long-term effects, any short-term issues? What purpose is this committee serving overall? Thanks.
For it.
I'm sort of on Team Watkins for reasons.
I just
Let me see.
the questions he's asking
Ms.
now should have been
Cowart raised her
asked
hand.
when
Yes, Ms. Cowart.
things were going on before.
Yeah, and with the FSC, I would say probably one of the most urgent things is going to be some of the convention committee expenditures. So Pat and team are doing a bang up job getting things squared away with the convention. I'm sure that they're going to need to start making some expenditures in the near future. So having the FSC stood up, having us have access to the bank accounts, having a full understanding of our financial standing is going to be critical for us to be able to review and approve those convention committee things. So that, I would say that would probably be the near term thing. Again, that's completely separate, Mr. Watkins, from what you and I and Mr. Bost are doing in the EPCC. But I would say probably the convention expenditures are probably going to be the near term things that we'll need to tackle.
Okay. And I have a
Thank
follow-up
you,
question to that, if I could. What of the things that you've mentioned could the treasurer not handle himself?
Well, the treasurer is already a member of the FSC, so this would be the treasurer, and then Mr. Nebel and myself, or assuming that we would be elected, would be in addition to. So the treasurer is de facto a member of the FSC. Also joining those meetings, of course, are Mr. Chair Kayla, and then our executive director, Ms. Kennedy. So that they would be, ex officio members. So Mr. Redpath would be right there with us, looking at those expenditures, looking at QuickBooks and our bank accounts at Truist, et cetera, helping make those decisions. So it would just be done via committee. And then if for some reason Mr. Redpath isn't available, we have the committee can move forward with assistance from Ms. Kennedy.
Okay, thank you. So this would mainly
Thank you.
just be an
I
advisory.
noticed this is going back and forth. We are at time already. That would have been time for both questions.
Point of
actually.
information. Point of information. So this would just be an advisory role to the treasurer. Is that correct? Based on the language in the policy manual?
Is that back to me? Sorry.
To whoever. It's to whoever. It doesn't have to be to you.
Yeah, no, and this is really kind of coming out of our auditor. So, I mean, our auditor recommended a review of our expenditures on a monthly or quarterly basis. So that it's kind of something that's coming out of the audit as well. But yes, it is advisory. The entire committee does have the ability to approve those expenditures. I believe it was in excess of like $600. I'm sorry, I don't have the policy manual right in front of me. I apologize, guys. But yeah, so that would be basically the approval of the expenditures in excess of that dollar amount in partnership with Mr. Redpath.
Okay, so we have the treasurer, we have the assistant treasurer, and the FSC.
Mr.
Can
Mr.
we
Vice
stop
Chair.
going
For
back
the
and forth,
edification of the
please?
members, guys, to be
Thank
fair.
you. What was that, Mrs. Secretary?
That was what I was going to ask you to do.
Well, I was sorry.
I just had to. It's not like a physical meeting where I can just butt in and say, "Please stop going back and forth here," as easily.
Like Evan was peer pressured into
yes,
wearing
you need
a
to get back in line for questions. We
more
are out of time,
casual
anyways.
get up
so
this evening.
this item would need.
I'm up next, I believe. I'm going to motion to add 10 more minutes to the conversation.
Objection.
Objection.
Motion seconded.
BRB.
Point of information.
What is the point of information?
Joe, are you enjoying your bedtime story?
Are we talking time for Mr. or Ms. Cowart's election or for the entire procedure?
I believe it would be the entire procedure.
Well, speaking to my motion right now, for the sake of argument, I'll say to the entire procedure.
Okay, so 10
Although
minutes.
if we want to defer this to another,
He's got to hear from his chairs.
we
guys.
have to add time anyway. So,
Mr. Vice Chair, point of order. It would actually proceed to a vote for both questions because it was a divided question. So it ends the rest of the debate because their time has expired, but you still move to the action, which is the vote.
Yes.
And I'm going to object because I have
Point of order, we had a motion made
Joe,
to
have some seltzer water.
extend time.
Which was after
seconded.
time was called.
There was no orders of the day issued, which is the only condition upon which that would take effect as you described, I believe.
By the acting chair calling time.
Yes.
That moves to the question at the table. So.
There was the motion seconded to extend time.
Which was after time had been called. You know what, Mr. Vice Chair, let him have the motion to call it to extend time.
That is what I was going to do. It's going to be quicker just to have the motion go forward for a vote. It has been objected to. Can I have all those please lower hands at this time?
Someone gives a thumbs up.
We'll just use the hand raising as an indicator here.
Point of privilege for election, or I'm sorry, this is just for the time. I apologize.
I would
Go away.
outlaw points of personal privilege.
This is just for time.
I
Who
don't
wants to
believe in
shut down the people now?
All those
Don't,
in
no, no,
favor
no,
of
points
extending
of
time, please
personal
raise your
privilege.
hands.
I don't think that a member should have personal privilege over the other members of the party.
Mr. Secretary, if you could tell me how many votes you see in
Some
favor of
members are more
extending time.
privileged than others.
I count 9 in favor.
Okay. All those opposed, please raise your hands.
Hold on, wait. Wait for everybody to put their hands down.
That's good. Thank you. Everybody lower your hands, then I'll call it again. I see Mr. Ford figuring it out. Oh, hit it twice. There we go. All right. All those
Guys,
opposed.
how long has Zoom been around? You should know how to raise your hands on Zoom. This is shameful. Why someone's
It's not
clapping
letting
on
me
Zoom?
lower my hand, but I'm opposed. I'm not opposed.
Your hand is down, Mr. Martin.
I used my clap react for you earlier. It was something you said. So was correct.
Looks like motion passes to
what was
extend
it?
time.
I don't remember.
Point
It was
of
in one of the
privilege.
times you
Is it
talked about
against-
motion to extend
against
requires
personal
2/3.
2/3.
Oh, 2/3.
Yes.
I'm all
Was
about
it
that
about how
personal
like the
privilege.
members
mistake.
or
I was
the
not-
delegates' job
Point of order,
is
it
to
does.
elect a
It
candidate?
certainly does.
Very likely.
Okay.
Mr. Vice Chair, can we take a
When they do their
recorded vote,
job.
like a tallied vote?
A tallied vote. Does this
Also, I
mean-
forget
just-
who
I
asked
guess- I guess
whether I
I'm
wanted
unclear
to
where
lock the
votes are
delegates
because
in the
I
convention
came up
hall,
with
but
a
I would
different
have
number, so-
said yes if I had been allowed to speak.
Yeah, apparently
And if we need-
people are seeing hands up that I'm not seeing hands up.
So it would probably be best to go roll call.
We will
Under
not use
bylaws
the
today,
hands up
everyone.
function then. Thank you very much for that
I was about to
notification.
advocate
Just
for
to be
locking
clear,
delegates in the convention hall.
Mr.
I still would,
Secretary.
by the way. I stand by it.
It has nothing to do with wanting you to vote.
Point of
though. She
information.
just wants to
And
have
again,
that
if I
power
may-
over you.
Yes,
It'd
Mr.
be a
Bush.
Pecuvius.
To confirm,
everyone knows about Pecuvius.
if this fails, there will be no discussion on Mr. Nebel's
It's
vote.
literally the first thing I thought of too. You said
That's
it.
correct.
That is correct.
Okay.
Tyler says he raises his fist in solidarity against personal privilege, and I completely agree. I mean, call it something different. Dangerous news. What did you miss? You missed arguing
I believe
about
I have
whether
this
uh,
correct.
people should serve on
Mr. Ford
committees
moved to extend time
simultaneously.
10 minutes on motion 1.
We still haven't voted on anything,
Mr. Bowler.
despite having
Yes.
approved all of these things in June.
We
Mr.
have voted
Voss.
many times on if we can vote.
Yes.
That's true. Are we doing that now? I think.
Mr. Chatterton.
Yes.
Yes.
This is a motion to extend time.
I'm going to skip you, Mr. Vice Chair. Or, I'm sorry, Mr. Vice Chair, would you like to vote?
Point of personal
Please skip
demotion.
me for now.
Thank you.
Mr. Chair.
Mr. Dassing.
Comrade Chair.
Yes.
Mr. Ford.
Yes.
Miss Hollisey.
No.
Mr. Nebel.
Yes.
With Sam voting yes,
Mr. Martin.
and Neville voting yes, that means that
Yes,
time is
extend the
extended.
time.
Joe, today
Mr.
in
McGee.
bylaws, we did have an amendment to the amendment to the amendment.
I'm voting no. Mr. Nana.
No.
It was amazing.
Mr. Redpath.
No.
Mr. Thompson.
No.
Mr. Vincent.
Yes.
Mr.
It's
Watkins.
casual Sunday for Evan.
Yes.
Dangerous news.
Mr. Nikela.
I'll abstain.
Point of exasperation indeed.
Mr. Dar.
I don't believe my vote will make a change in this one.
Could just change it to
So you
point of the
abstain?
people's privilege
abstain.
or
Okay.
point of.
So I have 9 yes, 6 no.
Point of
2
solidarity.
abstentions.
Thank you very much. That means we go directly to a vote.
Pardon me, doesn't it mean we extended time?
It's 2/3.
It's 2/3.
Kyle was wrong again,
Is
everyone.
that
Just like he was
correct?
wrong about crackers.
Yes.
I wasn't
It
wrong
is
about
correct.
that.
I don't remember it being 2/3.
Get ready for another email,
I
everyone.
don't remember it being 2/3 in the past.
I didn't
Can
think
we
it was
get a
gonna say that.
citation on that? Point of
We're gonna get
parliamentary
another
inquiry.
email.
What is the threshold
Objection.
to extend
object.
time?
to any. It's 2/3. It's always been 2/3.
Oh my God, Angryville
Because
Red
it
Path
is
is amazing.
Amending the agenda.
Can we get that in
I
a
can
point
give
of
a
parliamentary
citation.
inquiry?
I can give a citation. It is Ronner 15.5, and it is number 7. Requires a 2/3 vote because it suspends the rules and because limiting debate takes away the basic rights of all members to full discussion and may restrict a minority's right to present its case.
That's a motion to stop debate, not a motion to extend time.
That is
It
correct.
says the subsidiary motion to limit or extend limits of debate, 15.5.
Is there any way we can get an
Thank you
opinion
very
on
much.
that?
That's the Roner.
That is my
That is
ruling.
the opinion.
Thank you very much, Mr. Martin. Well, we will now go to a vote for Ms. Cowart.
Dustin says, I'm writing to the Roberts Rules Association to get a point of Nabra inserted in the 13th edition.
Mr. Bowler.
I approve of this entirely. Is that like a feeling
Dangerous
you're rolling up a
news.
chair?
Mr.
Is a point of
Boss.
Nabra?
Pass.
Dangerous news says, imagine if the House of Reps, if Congress all
Mr.
called for
Chatterton.
personal points of privilege,
I will
and the
vote
Speaker of the House just
no,
said, sit the
for the
fuck
reasons
down!
I raised
See, that's
today.
what I would do, honestly, in that case.
Mr.
Why
Dar-
are you
or,
all
yeah,
asking
Mr.
for
Dar.
personal privileges?
I'll pass.
Mr. Dassing.
No.
Mr. Ford.
Sai, it's not actually fresh hell. It's
Yes.
held from June, but they have to do it again because it was out of order.
Ms. Hollisey.
Yes.
Point of shut
Mr.
the fuck
Neville.
up.
Aye.
I approve of this as
Mr.
well,
Martin.
Dustin. Alpha Nabra.
Pass.
Alpha, nah, brah,
Mr.
mahalo.
McGee.
Yes.
I will vote yes.
Point of bet.
Mr. Nana.
Yes.
Point of Goth.
Treasurer Redpath.
Yes.
Mr. Thompson.
Yes.
Mr. Vinson.
I'll abstain.
Mr. Watkins.
I've never heard you
I'll
speak
also
whale.
abstain.
Mr. Nikela.
I vote aye.
Kyle tries to speak bored to me sometimes.
Coming back to the passes,
Speak
Mr.
bored to her
Boss.
sometimes.
It is the language of my
Yes.
people. Kyle, say something in bored.
Mr.
It
Dar.
didn't pick up.
I'll abstain.
Still didn't work.
Mr. Martin.
Still not working, which is really, really funny.
I'll
that
abstain.
works.
Mr. Vice Chair, the vote is 11 yes, 2 no, and 4 abstentions.
Congratulations,
Motion passed.
guys. 40 minutes in. We got
Congratulations,
we got through
Jesse.
We prepare the
One-
next
You're
vote then.
still appointed.
motion. No, I'm congratulating viewers. I'm congratulating.
Yeah, but I congratulated Jesse for still winning.
I didn't.
And I see Mr. Bracco is here. I will update my
Good job, Jesse,
roll.
for nothing changing
Mr. Bowler.
and them taking half an hour to do it.
Aye.
40 minutes.
Mr. Bost.
No.
I'd
Mr.
like to
Chatterton.
wildly misinterpret this vote.
No.
Mr. Dar.
Pass.
Mr. Dassing.
Did sources.
No.
Mr.
Remember,
Ford.
y'all, there is no tribalism
I'll pass.
going on right now. This
Ms.
clearly
Hollisley.
is not being voted
Yes.
directly down the Mises, non-Mises
Neville.
line.
I'm feeling rather
Definitely not.
cross-tribal myself this evening.
Mr. Martin.
Pass.
Mr.
I
McGee.
actually, I think
Aye.
that Austin Martin's description of MC and CLC
vote
is
yes.
not far off.
Mr. Nana.
I agree
Yes.
with Dave Davis. Hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button. Follow
Mr.
us on
Redpath.
X.
Yes.
Be with
Mr.
us on
Thompson.
Discord. Read
Yes.
the torch. It's at thetorch.media.
Mr. Vinson.
Dilly
No.
Tory is pretty great. I love it.
Like, follow,
Mr.
subscribe.
Watkins.
Do all those wonderful things. Print out a
No.
picture of my face and kiss it every night before you fall
Mr.
asleep.
Nikela.
I'll know
Aye.
if you
Don't
don't.
tell them about my
I'm
like,
always
fetishes.
watching.
What are you doing?
Mr.
I'm
Dar.
always watching.
She requires that of anyone working with her.
Yes, it's true.
I will.
At least I pay for
abstain.
half of the postage of shipping the picture to you.
Shipping?
Mr. Ford.
I'll abstain.
I would just print it.
No, Kyle, are you kidding me? It has to be specially
And Mr.
laminated.
Martin.
Are you telling me you've been kissing just a normal printed picture of my face this entire time?
My bad.
Oh, wow.
This
Okay, that's
absurd process.
my
We should have
bad.
been allowed
This
to
will
talk
be-
about this
I'm gonna get
absurd
goosebumps.
conflict of interest. This is
Point of
wrong.
order.
Come to
I
order.
ask the member
Come
be
to order.
brought to order, Mr. Chair.
Mr. Martin, you have been muted. It is.
What's actually happening, Jocelyn? They're
I will
voting on
now
things that they
unmute you
passed
for
in
your vote.
June.
I'm going to abstain because this is going to expose us to liability. How dare you cut off debate this way? It's wrong.
Mr. Vice Chair, the vote is 9 yes, 5 no, 3 abstentions.
40 printed Joe. I
Motion
printed
passes.
across the dimension of time as
Mr.
well.
Dar, point of order, please.
Yes, Mr. Bose.
Was that the appropriate time to apply a mute?
When somebody is out of order, normally I would gavel and try to stop it. And if it was in a meeting, I just wanted to mute for a moment to tell him to basically come to order there, then ask him to unmute to come to a vote.
Also, point of order, a vote is not the appropriate time for debate.
That is correct.
Well, I think he was complaining that there wasn't a debate prior to the vote.
Mr. Ford, I see your hand wishing to be recognized.
Tyler, as long as your
Yes,
poster of
point
me
of personal
is
privilege,
correctly
if that's
printed,
the
I
right
don't
way to
care
do it.
how your other posters are
I'd
printed.
just like to make this point because outside of the debate, because it has nothing to do with the prior debate and nothing to do with the
Amanda would, in
individuals.
fact, just send me a
But
picture at this point, just to get me in
This
trouble with my
board
wife.
has a long-standing tradition of making sure that every member is a
wouldn't
part
do
of a
that.
significant working committee. We seem to have
Kyle has
forgotten
asked me
that.
for foot pics, though.
And I think it's time
We've talked about this
for
before.
everyone on this board to
He's
step up
asked me multiple
and
times for foot
engage
pics.
responsibly in
Look
a
at how much
And then
serious
she started
activity.
sending foot pics.
A failure
Yeah,
to
because you
do
asked
so renders
multiple
this board
times. So
just
it's finally
nothing
like, okay,
more
here's a picture of
than
my
a bully
foot.
pulpit and a platform for
She
people's
did, in fact, call
individual
my bluff
beliefs.
quite well. It was great.
It's not the purpose of this board. So I would ask that the folks who run this party, which is ostensibly us, review that.
I've even
and
shown a little
remedy
foot
that. Thank you.
backstage on stream before.
She has.
I
Thank
have
you.
a little toe peek.
Anyways, the next item of business I see was the motion to have Mr. Chatterton speak, I believe was next, Mrs. Secretary.
Oh my God.
I just want to say, it comes dangerously close to you saying Mrs. Secretary every time.
Old habits die hard. I'm sorry.
But yes, that is the next item on the agenda, Mr. Vice Chair, is recognizing Mr. Chatterton for 15 minutes to speak to his report that he sent to the board.
Thank you. Now recognize Mr. Chatterton.
All right. Thank you very much, and thank you, Mr. Secretary, for helping to put this time on the agenda. I appreciate it. I wanted to raise the concerns raised in this report. This report was something that I put together back in June. It was coming from the meeting in which we considered the adoption, I believe it was on June 9th, of the SIC report and the original adoption of the original basis for the motions that we're here to consider tonight, remaining on our agenda. And I believe that the considerations raised within the report to the region here that's based upon my concerns about the SIC report is very much relevant to consideration of our resolutions tonight, because the resolutions tonight are both basically acting upon the findings of the report, and therefore I think the consideration of the merits of the report is fundamental to consider the merits of these resolutions. So basically this report is a summary of items that I had documented in my initial read through of the SIC report that I saw.
Joe has an amazing suggestion.
I think as
Motion to
even
postpone the Chatterton report
within
due
the
to not
report,
having sufficient time to read it.
and otherwise unsupported claims and conclusions throughout
Someone
it.
please do that. Anyone who's watching
And I attempted to
us
raise
right now
many of
on
these
the LNC,
items in that
please
meeting
move
and was not
to
allowed
postpone
time to
Chatterton's
consider that
report
given
because you
the
haven't had
length
enough
of the
time to
report.
read it.
It would have taken a
I'll
substantial
send you
amount
a
of
free
time,
picture of
obviously,
me,
and hence my
so
request
you can
to
put it
consider this tonight.
over your bed or under your pillow and kiss
the
it over me.
report that I sent to
Oh my
the
God.
LNC, and I believe it's available to observers.
My foot
Now
might be in it.
announcing the
mentions several
all-new
key
Amanda
points.
Live doll.
I think I'll try to just go through them quickly for an overview, and I can answer any questions. With that,
I'm going to assume that
I
Nolan is
raised
just
several
seconding the live
main
doll and not
categories:
anything about the
procedural
meeting.
deficiencies and
So that'll
incomplete
be some on
evidence,
the LNC, guys.
unsubstantiated claims and policy misinterpretations, and institutional failures that have been misattributed. Within each of those categories, the first one, the procedural deficiencies, I felt that at the time it was insufficient raising this report with only 1 day's notice, basically, even though the
Was
original
not 1
motion
day's notice.
cited to consider it. We require full text of our motions to be provided with 5 days notice. And especially for a 100-page report,
It
I
was
felt that
100
that was a
pages.
insufficient
And
time
some of it
window,
was just
that the
pictures.
actual
You like
document itself
pictures?
was only provided,
Jocelyn's got the right idea.
I think, on a
We're doing it.
Saturday
We're
morning,
putting up an Amanda
or something to that
faced
effect,
pillowcase.
before the
No,
Sunday
because people
evening
can
meeting,
drool or have
to
nosebleeds on
consider
their
that adoption.
pillowcases.
Yeah.
The report opens
True.
up mentioning that
We're
several
gonna
key
sell it
figures
because
did
she
not
can't stop.
Joe,
participate,
what is the
and
fourth
that
dimension?
lack of participation would not bias the report findings. However, as I'll elaborate throughout, I found several instances where cases with missing information due to that non-participation was presented
Tyler will
in
send
a
the
manner
mover a
that
foot
seemed
pic, by the
to
way.
jump to the most incriminating conclusion. There's additionally unsubstantiated metrics
Tyler,
throughout.
be careful. Kyle's going to text
Um,
you.
After
Hey,
the
baby.
Gonna ask you
report
for a foot
acknowledges
pic.
that calls were in fact made by Freedom Calls, that were entered into our Kixie system, it lost any ability, I would say, to claim that the money was just taken and work not done. So it went to
The fourth
attack
dimension
the
is time, says
quality
Joe.
of that work.
It doesn't
However, the
matter
claims, I believe,
if
are
the
very
quality of
well
work was amazing.
insubstantiated. It pulls examples from a couple of non-political calling firms, if I
Because I have to use the
recall,
bathroom anyway. This is a great time
and
for me to
presents
show you
those as baselines
Yeah,
for
trust
a
me.
picture
the
of me
number
in the
of
fourth
calls, the
dimension from
return on
1902.
calls, the
Enjoy.
fundraising, and things like
That's
that.
actually what
And
her
it
foot
doesn't
looks
take into
like. She
account
says really
several
good tattoo
different
artist.
aspects that make political fundraising unique. It also does not account for links that were shared through that system that don't track donations, or have that tied in any way to the calling, and then presents that as minimally raising money without demonstrating that it had a thorough assessment of the funds brought in. And as I mentioned prior, the inadequate review and discussion process, I think I touched on that already, so I won't spend a whole lot more time. Moving on to the unsubstantiated claims concerns, referring about the Freedom Calls
Damn right,
transactions. It mentions in the findings at the very introduction of the report about demonstrated intent to include those transactions for approximately a year. I did not see any substantiation of the claim showing that it was intended to include that long. Ms. McCardle was documented approving a few of the transactions at the beginning and then not for the vast majority of those. As it continued, it was approved elsewhere. And furthermore, the budget was voted on by the executive committee and then adopted by the LNC. And I believe from my records, Ms. McCardle abstained from both of those votes. So there's not anything compelling to demonstrate the intent to push that through into the budget presented in that report. There's a record in the report finding 2.6 about an incomplete W-9 form. I believe the report presents that as evidence of concealment and specifically makes that conclusion. Although later in the report, it says
I'm
that
glad
the
Joe finds a
documentation
picture
that was
of
found may be completely
early
legitimate if a certain other form was filed and they didn't have
20th
information as to
century,
whether that form was filed.
26-year-old me.
That
Attractive.
appears to be a direct contradiction between the documentation in the body of the report
It's before the
and
state
the
of swamp,
conclusion
Joe.
presented in the summary at the beginning of the document. So that is one of the examples I referred to where I believe there is an attribution of a malicious intent of hiding identities that is not demonstrated in the report research. Finding 4F
His face was
that
so
it used
cherubic. Look at that baby face.
resources for caucus-related calls. I don't believe that those claims were substantiated
Baby
in the
face trot.
report. then citing claims about website
His face turned
professionalism,
into like a
specifically
perfect
sites
pumpkin
that
shape later
registration
in life,
data
though.
does not show certain elements that I believe are very standard practice to be concealed on sites when you purchase. It's even a bundled factor that specifically hides that information. And having registered sites in the past that I didn't use it, it's for very good reason that I believe that those type of protection measures with website registrations are very standard, and I
As
think
Jocelyn
that was
points out,
misattributed
she
as a
stole the
malicious
money.
action,
Man, for fuck's
intended
sake.
to hide details about the company. The report
Like,
also
she doesn't deny it, is the thing that's
attributes,
driving me bonkers about this.
payments
Usually
made
when Bloomberg
from
don't.
the Kennedy Victory
Yeah.
Fund
Right.
to swing vote strategists as a
He was
conflict.
in a meeting
According
with
to the
Angela
provisions in the
McArdle,
policy manual
where
that
McArdle said
specifies
that at worst this could be a
items of doing
civil issue,
business
but not a
with the
criminal
party
one, so
have
stop
to be
worrying about it.
disclosed. I don't think that
He
qualifies in that
knows
category.
he's lying here.
Actions that were done that were outside of the normal party responsibilities.
Why do people do this? Like, why do people
paid
simp
by
for like an obvious?
The Victory Fund, I don't think would fall under that.
It just
and
makes them look
there's
so
nothing that
terrible.
demonstrates
Why?
things
He's
were
literally
arranged in
someone
advance to
who thought the strippers liked
justify a
Literally.
claim for
Okay,
conflict
fair.
there that I can see. The Rescue
McArdle
the
once had
Public
her
rally,
toes out, and so he's
findings
all excited.
specifically noted details about an email that was sent out, and the
Details
concerns I
about an
had with
email.
that are that the
Female.
email was presented in two waves. The first was an initial draft that was voted 2-1 by the APRC.
Shout out
with
to the
no
two people who
ultimate
got
finding,
that. I
and
love you
the
both.
email was revised. Several feedbacks were given with that 2-1 vote, and upon inspecting the email that actually went out and finding that in my personal inbox, the edits that were requested by the APRC after that first
I'm sure they
review
do,
were
Joe.
largely followed
I'm sure they do
and
like you.
incorporated. And I further found in our policy manual that the chair is authorized to override the APRC's actions. So the claims in the report that this was a lie to the APRC, that it was breaking privilege,
Yes, Dustin,
or
we only
breaking
support the
policy,
good
and
kind
to
of
send that
revolting
email
here.
out, I don't think were substantiated. And I think the second email that went out was within all of our policies and specifically within the recommendations given upon the first vote. Getting close to wrapping up here, and I thank everyone for
I
bearing with
don't
me.
believe you anymore.
The report classifies the hiring
He
of a
said he's getting
neighbor
close to wrapping
as
up.
a conflict. Our
I don't
policy
believe your
manual
reps.
conflict policy specifically
I thought
cites
you were
legal
bringing up the
relatives,
fucking
domestic
Cracker
partners,
Barrels
or
again,
business
and I was gonna be
associates.
so mad.
Yeah,
Neighbors
well,
is
you
in
do
no
lie about
means
that too. I
associated
would
in that
expect Andrew. You
category.
know what? I'll bet Andrew Chatterton would tell you the same damn thing about Cracker Barrel.
The institutional failures
comparing me
now
to
jumping
Andrew
onto
I
the
am,
main
because you both
last,
lie. You both
category
lie.
of issues that I raised.
Like crackers in a barrel.
The report claims she bypassed oversight. The report specifically cites that the executive director approved 10 of the 14 transactions, and where it challenged the quality, I think that was
Jake, see,
in
I
those
like
reports
that quote
that
from
were
Beavis and
approved by the
Butthead because
executive
it's in
director,
support
the
of
payments
jury
that were approved.
nullification or juror
The
nullification.
report then uses those attacks to claim that the transactions were not
Yeah, the
outside
crimes
of
were
or
cool.
not within the interest of the LNC, and I think the fact that they were approved by an independent entity within the party highly discredits that claim, and the fact that they were approved by an acknowledged independent source.
They were not.
Who
Hannah
is,
literally said
by
that
all
she's never
accounts,
read
an
them.
excellent
I feel
employee of
like
the
our
party.
reading
I
the
think
investigatory
undermines the
report
point
Also,
that these
was
this is-
shorter than
transactions
this.
were damaging to the party's interest.
I don't have a problem with Hannah Kennedy,
So,
but
with
given
the
that a
actions
week
that
ago
are
it
taken,
came out that Hannah Kennedy
with the
misestimated
resolutions that were
the
initially
cost of the
adopted and we're
convention by
considering tonight,
$280,000.
when the
Right now is
questions
probably
of
not the time to be
merits
like, no
of
one
some of
has any
these
questions about
elements
her
are
abilities.
in question, that I think directly speak
Jury
to
nullification for theft of my heart, Jake.
whether or not this
Oh, God.
report was
Gag me.
assembled in the most thorough investigation and is a good presentation of things, I think, in question. I don't think we should be moving forward on continuing such things until these matters are thoroughly addressed, and that we are confident that we can be sure we're acting on a strong basis for the potential legal consequences that may come with the matters of business before us. So thank you for obliging the long presentation there, and I'd be happy to answer any questions if people have them.
Are you retarded?
A little over 3 minutes.
That's my
left.
only question.
Mr. Buller.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Chair. I actually
We're never gonna get an answer
find
from him.
some of the points that you made, Mr. Chatterton, reasonable. I mean, I think that having a 100-ish page report released that soon, you're correct. I don't think that is a mark of great governance there. It's been about 2.5
We're
months
libertarians.
since
You
that at this
expect
point, so
governance?
I hope that everyone has had a chance to. It took me about two
Damn
and a half
right.
hours to read it. So 2.5
Oh,
months
you missed
seems
my
like
knee.
it would be enough time at
A
this
little knee
point.
action in there.
So that should be resolved. And then the only other thing I wanted to bring up was the who is point that you had made. So when I read the report, I didn't see any indication that they were referring to the who is. And I know that you had said
Who is
that in your report
A
you were
who
saying
is.
that
A who is tells you
A
who
who
owns a
is.
Pull it up real
website.
quick.
It's a who
That
is.
Who
you
is-
thought
One
that
word.
that's what
Who
they may
is
be
who?
referring to.
He's on
I'm
first.
just wondering where that
Who's-
came from because
what's on
I
first?
always try to interpret
No.
things very charitably.
What's on third?
And there wasn't really anything
what's on
in the
second?
original report that
I
would
don't know who's on
indicate that
third.
they were talking about
What-
who is
what is?
privacy, and it was more
No, he's on
about the
second.
contact information on the actual site itself.
And who's on first?
Can you help me?
Who's on first?
I believe that, so I
Who?
included in my report a reference to page 30 of the SAC.
You guys,
that,
when that was
talking
better
about that, I
than
believe there
what
were
you were
specific
hearing from Chatterton, you
references
know
to
it's bad.
registration data, which is, I think, specifically what the who is elements refer to, but I haven't looked at the whole document since working on it at that time early in June, so my memory's a little bit
Gotcha.
fuzzy from that.
From my reading of
You're
it, I
asking me
think
to
it was
remember
more
things from
dig
2 months
data,
ago, man.
just
Like,
the registration of
this
the
is
domain itself,
absurd.
not the contact information involved with it.
So, for the record,
I can't
Could,
remember what I ate
could we
for lunch
consider
yesterday because I
motion to extend time for the questions that are raised
Can't remember
potentially,
back
since
that
we're
far.
almost out, I think?
So for the record,
yes,
I've had
that
people
is,
ask me
previous to that,
like,
how much time are you
why we
wishing
would have
to
supported
extend by?
Sam Bowler since he was Mises.
I see at least
This is
4
exactly
hands
why.
raised, 3 now, so maybe
He's one of the people that went to
10
Mises
minutes
because
to
he
give a
thought
couple of
Mises was
minutes
going to
per
be
person or so.
strongly
Okay,
radical
motion
and
has been
actually
made
make the
by
pushes
Mr.
needed for the
Chatterton to
party.
extend for
And he
10
was
more
upset with the
minutes.
COVID response and everything else.
I hear a second
But
by
he's
Mr.
super
Martin.
intelligent and he cares.
Is there anyone opposed to that?
Cheddar
Justin.
Chad needs a new hobby.
Justin, my condolence.
Okay, we'll extend by 10 more minutes.
Does dangerous news? A crashing computer has more memory than Andrew Chatterton.
Oh, by the way, I yielded. Sorry.
All right, if Mr. Martin yielded, then Mr. McKee.
I have not yielded, sir. I'm waiting to be
No,
represented.
Mr. Bowler was saying he was finished with his.
Oh, he was finishing. Okay, I thought it was. Sorry, I thought it was you, Mr. Martin. I was looking down to start my timer again. Mr. Martin, then.
Oh boy.
Okay, thank you very much. Mr. Chatterton, I have a couple of questions and hopefully you can remember them. Number one is, what kind of legal advice were members of the LNC given prior to these actions? Number two is, in your opinion, did Angela choose to resign or
I don't
was
think he was
she
trying to be
forced
catty.
to resign?
I don't
Number
think he was
three
trying to
is,
be catty.
did you originally work with Adrian, Meredith, and Kathy? Why? What made you change your mind on working with them?
Richard, this is a comment stream, so you'll be getting
Four,
comments.
did they orchestrate the chair election to stop open nominations and keep the
It's
party
not
in
a
the
stream
dark
where
on
people watch
purpose,
us
in
sit
your
and watch
opinion?
it.
That was a lot.
Number one was, what kind of legal advice were members of the LNC given prior to these actions?
Maybe something best followed up offline for their legal nature.
I'll yield that question. In your opinion, did Angela choose to resign or was she forced?
I believe
I
she
mean-
was forced.
I'm fine with that.
Okay, number three, did you originally work with Adrian, Meredith, and Kathy?
We were members of the LNC together and worked together in that capacity.
Did you work with them at the point of the transfer when things were going right before Angela's resignation? Were you in a private group with them?
Yes, I was. At
What
that
made you-
time, I was in that group in discussions leading up to the chair election. I was
What
thrown
made you
out of
change
those
your mind?
communications after raising concerns about the objectivity of the business that was being conducted in those discussions, and made known to those involved that I was uncomfortable with the nature of discussion, and that if concerns were not answered, I would be bringing those concerns to a wider audience.
Jake, to be fair, her
Notably,
story did
the
change a
Region
lot.
1 leadership. And,
Can you characterize any of those concerns without jeopardizing confidentiality?
I noticed a pattern of behavior that was presenting a lot of unsubstantiated assertions that certain individuals could not be considered for the chair election, and then when pressed on those matters, that they would back off on such assertions, and would, yeah, I'll leave it at that for now.
Thank you. The final question on that series was, did they orchestrate the chair election to keep open nominations out and the party in the dark? In your opinion?
I mean, these are incredibly leading questions, just to...
I believe so.
Thank you, Mr. Chatterton. I yield.
Mr. McGee.
All right. Well, I'm not going to drone on about too terribly much, but I will hit a few, really more of a couple points. Number one, the Special Investigatory Committee was not a grand jury, and so Angela and others' non-cooperation, while not evidence of wrongdoing, the committee is allowed to draw a negative inference from that. So the complaint there honestly falls on deaf ears, at least in my opinion. As for insufficient oversight, at the time that the payments for Freedom Calls started, Ms. McCardle was both the chair and the executive director.
It's the latest financial report, Carol, yes. Along with the audit report
is a strong
and the
word
update
in this context. Because
I will see if I can find a link
to the
to send
power
you.
of the chair and the executive director in the same hands, effectively, you have the power to slip whatever you want into the budget without notifying the treasurer. So, I mean, there wouldn't be any reason for the new executive director, Ms. Kennedy, who is amazing, or Mr. Redpath to have any reason to think that this budget line item was in any way out of order. And that's really the problem here. And that's why the FSC was created in the first place, and why there were amendments adopted in Grand Rapids to address this matter. So there's certainly a large amount of failure that points in one
Carol,
direction.
I sent you.
So, I mean, and
I
as
sent you
for
the exact
being forced
post.
out,
I can give
that's
you a
not
page too,
ju-
but it'll be after
certainly in Ms. McCardle's affidavit to the court, that is not what she said. So, you know, people are allowed to believe what they want to believe, but I'll take the affidavit over someone's personal opinion. Thank you. I yield.
Mr. Thompson.
Yeah, I will also actually be fast. With the who is information, it was a long report, so I could be forgetting part of it. But I believe the issue wasn't with the registration of the domain so much as the registration of the LLC, and that part was obfuscated. So I think at least part of the complaint wasn't that
Carol, you need to tell Carol where you
use a
sent
who
the
is
thing.
service that
I sent it to her as a private
anonymizes you,
message
which
on
is
X,
fairly
like I said.
standard.
Okay.
It was that it appeared that people
She
went
didn't
out of the way to not make it known who owned the organization.
Mr. Nana.
Sorry, it wouldn't let me unmute. So just I guess this is a point of inquiry maybe for Mr. Chatterton.
Who said it?
Is the
I'm
goal
with Carol. I
of
don't
the,
think he's
like
in.
is the ultimate action to be contemplated at the end of this item a acceptance of the report that you made? I guess I'm just confused as to where we're headed.
No, I'm not seeking anything to be adopted. I raised these concerns as consideration for the two resolutions that will be next before us on the agenda. It is my belief that we should not be considering those at this time, and that I also had provided some information to the LNC internally before this meeting that I think we need to strongly consider before
Andrew Chatterton
steps
just
are
gave his
taken.
report about
Just
why
purely a
everyone
discussion item,
involved with the
got it.
SIC
Yes, that's
sucks
correct.
and the SIC was wrong. After an hour, we have had
Mr.
2
Boulder.
installations.
Yes,
And,
I just would like to echo
we're waiting on
Mr.
the
McGee's
resolutions that were
statements.
passed in June
I think
to be passed again.
Chatterton made the point that there were some institutional failures with bad oversight, and I think that that legitimizes the FSC that we had just voted on earlier. As a person who has made many websites, when I looked at the freedomcalls.net
What he means is
website,
he's made many
so
websites,
I
like
call
really small
them either
websites.
brochure websites,
Like
because
model
they have all the
websites.
information in a brochure. You've got a business card, which still has some contact information, and that website didn't have any of those things. The closest thing that I could see that being is similar to like a startup who doesn't actually have the product. You know, maybe it's a new software product that they're trying to get, and they just have a little, subscription. Subscribe here for more. Be on the adopters list or whatever.
Jake.
And so that's why I kind of got more of the vibe that it is not really there to provide contact information to actually provide a business that's in ongoing, but more of a like, hey, just throwing something up as like a splash page. That being said, one other thing I want to mention is, after reading the report, there were certainly moments where I feel like it could have been more professional. It looked like it was using rhetorical zingers to take pot shots at Miss McCardle.
Which is fair because
And so
Ray
I
Skywalker
think,
did write it.
we're better than that. And so the report does have its issues. That being said, I think the totality of circumstances
Totalitarianism of the
that
report.
it talks about are enough for us to reason off of.
This report is now to only
Thank
be
you.
known as Joseph Stalin.
Don't make me play the arrangement.
Thank you. I do not see any other hands raised.
Could I actually rise to a point of order?
Paul really wants to say no.
I think that the reason why these motions were voided for lack of notice also applies to the SIC report itself, which
No.
was not provided
No,
to
the
members
SIC
until 24
no, they
hours
were.
before
It
the
was not
94
The motions were
report
declared
was
null and
supposed
void,
to be
and it was not
adopted,
24 hours.
depriving us of an opportunity to do due
But
diligence
it was
on the
definitely
claims
noticed.
therein contained. It's out of order to
It's
vote
not out
on
of
these
order.
motions when that problem still is presented before the committee. And Mr. Chair, I would like you to rule that the SIC's adoption was also out of order. I can make a more detailed argument if you want, but I don't want to waste everyone's time. But there is a good, extremely good argument, more than one, for why this should be before us as well.
This is just a statement. It's a report written by Mr. Chatterton here. There was no motion attached. I am not ruling it the way that you wish, Mr. Martin. Mr. Watkins.
I believe what I have to say. I don't know if it may be more relevant to the actual items that we will be taking action on rather than Mr. Chatterton's. Could go either way, but I think we can move on, but I'd like to be first in line for that, I guess.
I don't think so either, Jocelyn.
Excellent. Leave your hand up because we're out of time anyways, so we'll be moving on to the first item there, Resolution 1, Resolution 1 Fitness. Mr. Nikela, would you like to make that motion?
There are certainly people who are Hawaii members that would agree with you,
I believe
Natalie.
the chair might be muted.
And that Martin may be
My bad.
dishonest here and wasting
My
everyone's time.
bad. Yes, Resolution 1, I move it states, whereas the Special Investigatory Committee has found that former Chair Angela McArdle engaged in actions that, in the LNC's view, violated fiduciary duties to the Libertarian Party, including concealing conflicts of interest and misusing donor funds. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the Libertarian National Committee censures Angela McArdle for conduct in violation of the fiduciary duties and ethical standards expected of party leaders. Be it further resolved that the Libertarian National Committee expresses its opinion that Angela McArdle's conduct, as detailed in the
There's no
Special
contact
Investigatory
info and
Committee
nothing on the
report,
who is, how you
reflects
try to
behavior
contact anyone.
inconsistent with the standards expected of
You
those
don't, because it's
serving
not
in
a real
leadership
company.
roles of the Libertarian Party or as candidate representing it. That is my motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Is there a second? Okay, thank you.
Second.
I object to the consideration of the question. because I believe it would get us sued. I believe that it also is out of order because the predicate on which it's based is voidable. Also, I would note that multiple members have conflicts of interest for which they have not recused themselves that are of an extremely substantial nature. Therefore, I'm objecting to the consideration of this question.
Can you show evidence for that, please?
Hold, please, so that I can type all of this out.
Sir.
That was the cattiest face I've ever seen in my life. You slapped that face on a fucking cartoon character.
I'd rather us not get sued, sir.
Mr. Chair, I believe that proceeds directly to a vote.
Yes, it needs a second, and then would need to go to a vote.
Kyle just said he didn't like Evan.
A second.
Mr. Chatterton is seconding.
Evan's awesome.
Mr. McMahon, let me know when you have that written down.
I'm recording the entire objection, which was Martin objects to consideration on motion due to legal matters.
Due to the fact that it could get us sued, he said.
Conflicts
and the predicate on which it is
interest.
based is voidable.
And what
information?
What else, Mr. Martin?
That the predicate of the motions is voidable for the same reasons the previous iterations of these motions were voided,
They were not actually.
and that it violates core principles.
That wasn't any
Innocent
first
until
one.
proven guilty, folks. It's a
I
necessary.
don't believe
thing.
core
We gotta
principles
do it
is a
right.
legitimate objection.
I believe it is, and I'd like to.
No, I mean, I
make
don't
the
believe
record.
that in Roberts it's a legitimate objection.
But I believe, according to our policy manual and our bylaws, it may be, and I'd like the Judicial
Okay,
Committee.
I'll just put it in there for you, Mr. Martin.
Thank you, Mr. Secretary. I appreciate you.
And faulty notice. Okay, so legal matters, conflicts of interest,
Exactly,
faulty
Ken.
notice.
A lawsuit would lead to
It's
discovery.
based on a predicate on which it is
things that you
based
had.
is erroneous.
Voidability of the predicate.
Thank you.
Faulty notice.
And violations of core principles.
Right.
And a partridge in a pear tree.
And you got conflicts, of course, right?
That's a Christmas song.
Okay, I'm ready.
Got it.
Mr. Vice Chair.
All right.
Thought you'd be
This
impressed.
type of motion is non-debatable, so
What?
we'll move
Thought
directly
you'd
to
be
a vote.
impressed.
Mr. Chair, it's
I am.
point of parliamentary inquiry.
Yes, Mr. Nana.
Objection of a main motion does require 2/3 to be sustained, correct?
Substained?
That is correct.
Substained.
Thank you.
Is that? Do we just invent?
Give me
the word?
1 second while I prepare a ballot for
We
this,
do need
if
Evan's
you would,
face as a
sir.
reaction in Discord.
While he does that, can I make a parliamentary inquiry?
We'll do a screen grab of it and at least like
Mr.
give
Bowler,
it
go
a
ahead.
meme it.
Yeah, so my parliamentary inquiry is, does service on the Special Investigatory Committee by itself constitute a
That was
personal or
around,
pecuniary conflict
like
requiring
105, maybe a little bit after.
recusal under our rules?
It is my understanding it does not.
Thank you.
Point of parliamentary inquiry, the code of conduct reinforces the existing conflict of interest provision in our bylaws. It would make actions voidable if the conflicted votes made the difference, wouldn't it?
Not necessarily.
It would have to be determined if those are conflicted votes to begin with. I'm not going into that deep into the hypothetical at this time.
But hypothetically, if they were, then it would be voidable. That's the inquiry.
I don't have a parliamentarian on hand to further on
Mr.
that.
Jacobs in the house? Could we get him to weigh in on this?
I
don't think, to be clear, I don't think we can force people not to vote, and I don't think anyone's suggesting that, but I think it's important people vote with the full knowledge of what they're doing and the potential consequences of ignoring a conflict of interest.
Anything could potentially be voided later, sure, but
is the chair asking?
My understanding in this instance.
Can the time that I spent on this live stream be voided?
Yes, Mr. Jacobs. Go ahead.
You already had to run and pee. You already voided some of
I'm
your
about to
time.
run and plug in
It
my.
does not constitute a conflict of interest. The
I'm about to run
law
and plug my,
tends to
my
be
computer
very,
in.
very
Do it. Right now's a great time.
tight in
Oh,
this,
true.
and just the fact that the members have served on this committee. First of all,
You're
it
all
is
voided.
not
Every single one of you.
something where it would be a matter of personal interest because there are a group of you who served on this committee. Secondly, it would not. Secondly, I don't believe that it would be a matter of pecuniary interest in any matter. So I believe that they would not be required to abstain. Even under Robert, they would still not be required to abstain. But they may choose to abstain if they so desire.
Understood. Thank you very much, Mr. Jacobs.
I'm ready with the roll.
All right. Let us move to a vote.
Mr. Bowler.
Gains the objection. I'm so sorry. Just want to be clear.
Yeah, this is on the objection to consideration. No.
Mr. Bost.
No.
JG does get paid by the MC. This is correct.
Mr. Chatterton.
Yes, I object to the question.
There's so
I sure
remember that
don't.
our meetings are open. Anyone is
I
allowed
will
to go
abstain.
into them.
Mr. Dassing.
That includes JJ or anybody else.
Abstain.
Mr. Ford.
Could you, for my benefit, read the what we're voting on one more time, please?
Mr. Martin objects to consideration on the motion.
Side points out
due to legal matters, conflicts of interest, faulty notice, and as violations of core principles.
If we don't do things,
I'm going to pass for a moment.
Are we really libertarians?
Ms. Halsey.
No.
Mr. Neville.
No.
Mr. Martin.
Yes, I object.
Mr. McGee.
Nay.
So
I vote no. Mr. Nana.
No.
I
Mr.
have
Redpath.
not
No.
seen anything that suggests, as far as
Mr.
his
Thompson.
parliamentary procedure, that JJ is
Mr.
particularly like
No.
Mr. Watkins.
broken on the things he would say.
I'll
I've never seen
abstain.
anything suggest that he would from anyone else, but I am no parliamentarian.
Mr. Nicola.
No.
I agree with Ken.
Mr. Ford.
Ignoring who gets paid by
Got
the
that last one on the,
JJ
got that
stated
last
he
one on
thinks
the wrong
JJ
line.
stated it correctly. There's no conflict
Mr.
of
Nana,
interest.
there we go.
Dana,
Mr.
they
Ford.
have
Point of order,
reappointed
Mr. Watkins
Jesse and they
abstained.
reappointed Doug. They are currently considering whether they can consider
Mr. Ford.
I'll abstain as well.
motion against McCardle that was at least temporarily voided.
Mr.
a
Chair,
thing.
the total is 2 yes, 11 no, 4 abstentions.
Thank you. So the vote does not pass. We will go back to the main motion here.
Oh man, Trotsky's gone.
I see first in line, Mr. Watkins.
Yeah.
You now have your opportunity to speak. Thank you for waiting so patiently.
Yes.
I think we should just
No problem,
get
thank you.
everyone out of the meeting.
Yeah, I just
Except
wanted
for the
to,
people who
I
are
guess,
making the
point
decisions
out
that I like.
to, this.
Oh, sorry. This
whole
is
thing that
this
we're
is early Trotsky. No, I
addressing.
think
The
we should
whole
have everyone in
reason
the
for this
meeting.
meeting tonight.
I think it's good
You
to
know,
have
I just
everyone
want to bring
invited
us
to the
back
meeting
a little bit to
and able to speak.
when we were considering the removal of
I hope
the
Vera
former
will go out with me.
secretary, that we spent at least 3, maybe closer to 4 hours discussing the report relative to that, for
Vera Solich is so hot.
whether or not we believe that she was unfit to perform her duties in her role. And we did not spend nearly that amount of time for something that this report is incoherently and vaguely suggesting is potentially criminal. And it seems like this whole meeting is just an attempt to avoid the JC opinion that is pending. I don't know when that is, and admittedly, I haven't really been following it that
Vera
closely.
Solich's attempts to avoid me
But
asking her out.
it just seems like if we had more time to discuss this as a board, we could go over most of these questions that have been raised now, instead of
Jack
having
shit
a
has happened,
subsequent
Natalie.
meeting.
They
bring
have stalled
it up again
entirely,
after we've had some
and there was a
procedural issues
objection
with it.
We're
we
working
could
on that right
have
now, Natalie.
just, gotten the report earlier. I understand there were leaks
Martin
and there
threw
was
up a thing
concerns
of
about that. That's
a motion
fine.
to
I
stop it.
understand that.
So they had to go through that
But
motion.
still, I think it would be more it would have been more
There was
responsible
enough
for us
time
to
to
have
read the
more
damned
time to
reports.
digest this and then come together
Man,
and
it's
either
back again.
review it again, or
Yay.
discuss the implications of it. We don't know what those
All right,
would be.
I like someone moving
I
better.
don't think we still do, and I really don't think we've been addressing that thoroughly,
My policy
even
positions
still.
are moving.
So I really think it's best that we
My
take
ideological
more
stances are moving.
time to discuss
not
this,
enough for you?
probably in executive session. I really don't want to do it tonight.
My hands are moving
Maybe
all over
again.
Brioza Sulich's sweet
But
body.
if we had had
in
more
my
time
dreams.
initially, we would have been able to avoid this entire meeting and probably this whole situation. Thanks.
Damn, she's hot. Wish Alexander hadn't
Thank
made me
you,
a
Mr.
Marxist.
Watkins. Mr. Chatterton.
Chance.
So I would intend to make this
She threw me into
same
pile of hay
proposal
anyhow.
for the next resolution
Got
as
nothing
well.
from that bitch.
So as many of the LNC members are hopefully aware, I sent an email to the LNC and to council with some questions about
Ken pointed
our
out,
some ongoing
any
legal
of these people
matters
could have made a
that I
motion to
believe
amend the
these
report,
motions
strike
could
part
have
or
an
all the
impact
report,
on.
etc. They're not,
And
because they are
unfortunately, due to the
attempting
timing,
to fuck
it
everyone
was
over here.
not reasonable
strike all
to
these people.
hope for a response on those matters prior to the meeting. So
Amanda, come back.
I will therefore be motioning that we table this motion. I'll
I'd
do the
still
same
like to
for the
strike all
next
these people.
until our upcoming meeting on September 7th, that we can have an opportunity to hear advice from our council back on the resolutions.
This is the most
and- or,
animated
I'm sorry,
I've
on the
ever heard
questions
Andrew
that I
Chatterton
raised
sound.
and
I'm not
potential
even
impact
joking.
of these resolutions.
Okay, Mr. Chatterton. So you're making a motion to
A second.
table this until which time was it again?
Until our meeting that is planned for September 7th, to allow time for council to assess and respond on my questions.
Joe, I'll strike
And
you
a
next.
motion was seconded by Mr. Martin. All right, let's go to a vote on tabling. I'll let Mr. McMahon.
Jake.
Point
This
of
is the
order.
ass
This
cam.
is from
Right down here.
Mr. Chatterton's description. This is a
This is the
motion
ass
to
cam.
postpone to a definite time, isn't it? Because tabling would be within the same meeting.
That is correct. That is a correction of the parliamentary procedure there. It would be postponed to a specific time instead of tabling, is what he was attempting to do.
Thank you. That sounds to be my intent. Absolutely.
Understood your attempt. Thank you very much.
I don't like that as a precedent, Brittany. Council only responds to the chair. Let me tell you, Joe, I love striking. I love striking so much unless it's against me, and then I hate it, and I will kill the strikers, or rather I will have the strikers ordered killed because I've never shot a man. And quite frankly, I wonder what it would feel like.
All right, get Trotsky out of here. Bring Amanda back.
Is this a debatable motion?
Come on, Dawson. That was in
Jocelyn,
his fine ass days.
Jocelyn, you see Jake a lot
I'd
more
have
often
to
than we
look
do.
that up. It's
You gotta
been a
convince him to
little
show that
bit.
ass. We will
Mr.
give
Chair,
the people
it
what
is
they want.
debatable, but debate is limited in that it must not go into the merits of the main question any more than is necessary to enable the assembly to decide.
Just found that too. Thank you very much. All right. I see hands raised. Was that for debate after this or debate on this particular item?
Mine is for after.
After.
Okay. I don't see anyone wishing to be recognized for debating on this on this, so we will go to a vote.
I would like
on
to
the
say
flip
one
side.
thing really
Okay.
quickly. It has taken a lot of effort, personal time, and expense to get legal counsel that I've gotten so far. And I have heard from counsel, and I'm acting on the advice of counsel, just so you guys are all aware of that.
That
Number
council
one.
is Angela McCarty.
Number two, Mr. Chatterton is totally
Literally.
right. And in order for us to make an informed decision, we need a little bit of time to be able to talk to lawyers, and they're busy people. They
You
can't
have
just
had
turn on a dime
months.
because we called a meeting 7 days out.
Yeah, but he forgot.
So these
You-
are
you heard
complex
how bad
questions.
Andrew's
And I think
memory was.
everyone has a responsibility to do their due diligence and actually try to get the correct answer on this from a independent counsel if that's what you feel is necessary. That's what I feel is necessary, and that's why I'm in support of this. I yield.
Or anyone else wishing to be further recognized on this?
Brittany,
Almost
yes.
certainly, Brittany.
He is literally. We know he is
Okay.
communicating with Angela.
I believe there,
I had my hand up.
I believe
And
there
she
are a couple
has-
people who have their
she's
hands
telling
up to
him
be
what to say
recognized
during
on
the
Okay.
meetings.
and to postpone.
Okay, for postponement. Okay. McGee, was yours for postpone or not?
It was.
Okay, go ahead. I'll recognize you.
I agree that perhaps we do need more time to discuss the SIC report, but I don't think now is the time. So I'm going to go ahead and call the question.
Just a point of information. We need more time, but now is not the time. Like, I'm just trying to understand what you mean.
That was a little weird.
Not seeing a hand further raised, so the
I had
question
my hand
was
up.
called. Well, no,
My hand up. I had my hand up.
My question was called Mr. Ford. So
He was talking to his
Point of
chairs,
order.
Paul.
was there a
Point,
second?
point, point of, yeah.
There's no second.
Yeah, point of order. It has not been seconded, so technically it would be in order.
I'm trying to call for that before I've been interrupted multiple times. Thank you, gentlemen. Was there a second to the call to question?
A point of information here. How much time do we have left on this item?
We have 2 minutes left.
I second calling this question.
This is the
All right,
angriest
the
that I've ever
question's been
heard,
called,
Bill.
and second has been made to call the question.
I just want him to read me a happy story.
Evan, I'm putting you to work today.
I really hope he doesn't watch these. It's gonna be creeped out.
Silencing.
Okay, whoever is like clipping times right now, go back go to 125 and listen to this part. Clip
that
that
McGee
part
that
about
called
Red
the
Pass for
question?
me, and someone send it
Yes.
to him.
That is correct.
Can the
Bill, I
secretary
literally
note for the
just
record
meant,
that
like-
he called the question because he believed we needed more time?
In a friendly storytelling
appreciate
way.
I will not.
But I would not object to revolutionary fanfic because it's hilarious. Only because it's hilarious. And because I believe that you could do funny voices.
Oh. All right, there you go.
Called the question on.
By the way, guys, we're still waiting for the LPA fanfic that we know that you all have in your hearts and your souls.
Mr. Bowler,
Aye.
Mr. Bost,
All right, this is just to call the question to get to the question.
mhm,
Yes.
No comment.
Mr. Chatterton,
Abstain.
Mr. Dar,
Abstain.
Mr. Dassing,
Abstain.
Mr. Ford.
I've never served on an LNC which uses calling the question to suppress debate before.
Really?
Yes, you have, because you were on McCardle's and you did it all the fucking time. You
Also,
lying
like,
sack
that
of
is
shit.
genuinely the point of call the question. It's to suppress debate. Let's be real.
Just checking with
You
AJ.
call the question when you want people to shut up. You call the question after you've made the last point.
Ha!
Mr. Chair, I believe that was inappropriate. Mr. Neville,
Abstain.
Mr. Martin,
Yes. I'm sorry. No, my bad. I just lost my train of thought there, guys.
No,
sorry.
you said
I did
yes.
hesitate for a second for you, Mr. Martin. I didn't think that was a correct vote. Mr. McGee,
Aye.
I'm going to vote yes. Mr. Nana, Mr. Nana, Mr. Hirsch. I'm sorry.
We could have been done with
I
debate
just
by this
put back in
point.
the room, and it looks like you might have fallen out again.
Mr.
Got
Hirsch. I'm going to do this for him for now. Mr. Redpath,
Yes.
Mr. Thompson,
Yes.
Mr. Vinson,
Aye.
Mr. Watkins,
I'll abstain.
I am the Frito
Mr.
Bandito.
Nicola.
Abstain.
Actually, I routinely do not like call to question.
Mr. Ford.
I'll abstain.
Mr. Nana.
Yeah, sorry, I was on an elevator. I vote yes.
Was it to Stevens Hotel, apartment?
Mr. Chair, the vote is 8 yes, 1 no, 8 abstentions.
All right, so the question has been called. It doesn't really matter. We're out of time anyways.
Mr. Chair, point
Yes.
of personal privilege.
Denied.
Yes.
I have not spoken with Adrian in weeks, so whoever said that nasty comment needs to take it back.
I'll apologize for that. That was me. Out of frustration. My sincere apologies.
Thank you.
Thank you for that positive interaction of calming the waters.
Oh,
I hate calm waters. When I
It's
was a kid
true.
and we went to the beach, I never liked to go to like beaches that didn't have good waves. I was so bored and depressed. Hated calm waters. Kyle's saying mean things to me in the chat.
true. Well, that you would consider them mean.
Kyle abuses me routinely in the chat. You guys just don't see it.
That part's true.
Move to postpone this to the September 7th, 2025 LNC special monthly meeting.
He's
Made
always
by
yelling
Mr.
at me for
Chatterton.
things.
And this is where we're at, Mr. Chair.
That is correct.
Mr. Bowler.
No.
They're effectively trying to pretend that they are protesting.
Mr.
Dana.
Bost.
That's all that's
Yes
going
to
on.
postpone.
Mr. Chatterton.
Yes.
Mr. Dar.
Pass.
Mr. Dassing.
Yes.
Mr. Ford.
Yes.
Ms. Halsey.
No.
Mr. Neville.
Yes.
Mr. Martin.
Yes.
Mr. McGee.
No.
I will vote no. Mr. Nana.
No.
Mr. Redpath.
No.
Mr. Thompson.
I'm sorry, I'm still checking with Adrian. No.
Mr. Benson.
Yes.
Mr. Watkins.
That was good, Mr. Thompson. I vote yes.
Mr. Nicola.
No.
Mr. Dar.
It's hard to not like Keith.
I will vote no.
The vote is 8 yes, 9 no.
Motion does not pass.
Keep going, guys. We're just keeping on plugging along.
We are
Bottom
now
along.
at the main
At
motion.
the bottom of the beautiful briny sea.
Do we still have time on this?
We are out of time, so we're just running through the votes because we ran out of time without an extension.
Moving to a vote, correct, Mr. Chair?
That is correct.
Mr.
Point
Bowler.
of personal privilege. Should members just expect to just not have debates on really important stuff? We're just not going to talk about it. Not going
I
to talk to
actually
each
do
other
think
outside
debate
the
should be
meeting.
mandatory on
We're not
motions.
going to do this whole thing. We just should come
This is out of
prepared. Just
order.
have
This
vote
is
after
why
vote,
I don't
right?
like
This
strict
is
time
out of
limits.
order.
I was prepared to talk about it.
All right, thank you for coming back to order. Yes, back to the vote.
I do
Will
think
you
Bowler
roll on the
should have
point,
debate.
please?
I was not clear on which point you were trying to make there. I heard a debate. I did not hear a point.
I'll let it go.
Thank you.
I think it's incredibly irresponsible for people to vote on this tonight without hearing legal advice on the questions that have been raised to everybody.
You have had 2
Mr. Bowler.
months.
Aye.
Mr. Bost.
I hear Robert so much.
What hurts?
I said I hate Robert so much.
No.
Kyle's typing mean things to me again.
I was
Mr.
talking about
Chatterton.
myself on this one.
I vote no.
But that
Mr.
doesn't-
Dar.
It's not the same.
Pass.
You've said it to me before.
Mr. Dassing.
I've talked about myself.
You told me before.
About myself.
Mr. Ford.
No. Well, I mean,
Yes.
yes, but also not always.
Mm-hmm.
Ms. Halsey.
Yes.
Mr. Neville.
Aye.
I laughed about it.
Mr. Martin.
Pass.
Mr. McGee.
I'm sorry, I'm still checking with Adrian. Oh, no, yes.
It wasn't
not
funny
as
the
good
second
as-
time.
I'm not muted, sorry.
Not as good as Kevin's.
Mr. Nana.
Yes.
Mr. Redpath.
Yes.
Mr. Thompson.
Yes, again.
Mr. Vincent.
No.
Dana, what you have to understand is that it's right when some
Mr.
chairs do it and not
Watkins.
when other chairs do it.
No.
Mr. Nikela.
Aye.
Mr. Dar.
I vote yes.
Mr. Ford.
I'm sorry. Somebody in the board's berating me via text right now.
Adrian.
No, it's not Adrian.
I'm sorry, Mr.
No.
Ford. What's your vote?
Excuse me, I'm getting berated by text. Jesus,
It doesn't even matter.
at week after week. Week after week. I'm asked to ignore legal principles. I know I'm out of order. I apologize. I'm going to abstain.
Mr. Martin.
I believe this could get us in serious trouble. I don't even know if I can participate in this vote, even to vote no. For legal reasons and for liability avoidance reasons, I'm going to abstain and advise that members change their votes because after this, you can't turn back.
Thank you, Mr. Martin. The votes are 10 yes, 5 no, and 2 abstentions.
Motion passes. Thank you.
Motion to adjourn.
Yeah, I second.
Objection.
Motion has been made and seconded to adjourn and objected to. Once again, we'll go.
See, I'm one of those people who just wants debate everywhere all the time.
She does. About anything.
I would be the person who would
Who made
support
the motion?
debate in the middle of voting.
That was me. That was me.
Mr. Vincent, okay.
She is literally the kind of person that, like, in the middle of sex would be like, no, we're stopping. We're having a discussion about Leon Trotsky. That's what's happening.
That wouldn't be happening in the middle of sex for a number of reasons.
Because it would have already happened.
No.
That's what started the sex.
No. I want you guys to know, Kyle is the one that is obsessed with Leon Trotsky. You saw how happy he was when I put the little icon on, how sad he was when I came back.
It's true. It's true.
I just want to say, as a point of personal privilege,
Oh.
I had all of the motions ready to go and thought that I was great before the meeting started. I didn't realize I was going to have 35 additional ones to do on the fly for every vote.
Welcome
Kevin,
to
that's
the
not a point of
LNC,
personal
buddy.
privilege. I'm sorry.
You thought.
Hey, you used to do hand counts for some of these, so I feel like this is some sort of hazing ritual. Mr. Bowler.
For the move to adjourn, no.
You all make it that. Oh, I see.
Mr. Bost.
Yes.
Mr. Chatterton.
Yes.
Mr. Dar.
No.
You're welcome, Tony.
Mr. Dassing.
Wait, for what?
Yes.
See,
For
some
what?
people think I'm funny.
Mr. Ford.
Yes.
For the sex comment?
Miss Halsey.
Of course, I'm having so much fun.
So what is your vote?
So
Yes.
that yes, you're adjourning. Okay.
Mr. Nebel,
Abstain.
Mr. Martin,
Yes.
Mr. McGee.
Nay.
I think Trendlin didn't know what she was voting on. There.
I will vote no. Mr. Nana,
I think so as well.
No.
Mr. Redpath,
It's not motion to keep going.
Mr. Thompson,
No.
Mr. Vincent,
Yes.
Mr. Watkins,
Yep.
Mr. Nikela,
No.
Mr. Nebel, or no, you abstained. So that is it. It's 8 yeses, 8 noes, and 1 abstention.
Oh, can I change my vote, please?
There we go.
I meant to say no.
Now it's too late.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
A motion doesn't pass anyways.
It doesn't matter. Yeah.
It doesn't
Okay.
matter.
Adrian needs to text faster.
Yeah, he does.
Oh, please remain in order. All right, so motion does not pass. We are now back to Resolution 2, recovery. Mr. Nikela?
Okay. So I move Resolution 2, whereas the Special Investigatory Committee finds that former Chair Angela McArdle financially benefited from her deception of the Libertarian National Committee.
Yes,
Be it
Dustin,
resolved
the
that the
people who are
Libertarian
motioning
National
to
Committee
adjourn
shall
are the same
explore
ones who
fundraising and or pro
angered
bono
by
legal
silence.
counsel to pursue the recovery of funds under any legal procedures available, as outlined in this report and
You're
any
moving to
supplemental
adjourn, sorry.
reports produced by the Special Investigatory Committee. Do I have a second?
Objection to the consideration of the question. We can't even know what they're going to come up with on this, and this is directly affecting our legal strategy. This could actually cost you. You guys don't understand. I can't even say it outside of executive session. What are you doing? Is this for real? Guys, we can't do this.
Second.
Motion has been
Freaking Keith.
made and seconded.
This will destroy our legal strategy. We should get
Austin,
counsel in here to
something
talk about
tells
the
me that you
implications
don't
of what this
agree with the legal
does.
strategy anyhow.
I'd like to speak to my motion briefly if...
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yes,
Go ahead.
Yeah, that was, thank you. Mr. Nikela, please speak to your motion.
Yes, so it is of my opinion and the opinion of the SIC that money went to places it shouldn't have. This authorizes the LNC to seek the recovery of those funds under any legal procedures available. I will say this, the SIC report in itself has been looked over by our general counsel, Mr. Hall. He agrees with at least the structure of the report and everything else. He has not alerted me to anything that could be construed as going against our legal strategy. And I'll say this, I mean, I don't work for Stephen Nikela, I work for the LNC. The LNC is my boss. Everything I do is for the LNC, so I don't
That's
have
actually
a
kind of terrible.
personal attorney in this
What you
case or
do should be
anything
for the
else.
party, and the party is not
I
the
do want to
LNC.
say to colleagues that are interested in discussing the actual SIC report
I
further,
strongly object to
it is
that.
always something you can do if you'd like to make a motion to have time in a future meeting to
Kyle's
discuss
smirking.
the
I'm not
actual
even
SIC
joking.
report or anything
I
in
know
it.
you're
That would
not
be the
joking.
time.
That's why I'm smirking.
But as it pertains to this motion, this
smirking
is
about.
simply stating
Serious.
that the prior chair did financially benefit, and we could have the option to seek our legal options in order to recover those funds. So that's all I have to say.
He's still smirking.
I am.
Mr. Chatterton, I see you first up in line.
I'm frankly flabbergasted by the brazenness and the irresponsibility I've seen on display tonight in the face of, I believe, very urgent
Oh, you should've
questions
said that
that
out loud,
need to be
Kyle.
answered by our
You should've said that out
counsel
loud.
about the impact of these motions on our ongoing litigation. There is no urgency in these matters that this has to be adopted tonight. And the fact that
That would
it
be
has
very
again has
incongruous
been a
thing to say, though,
consistent
considering-
pattern over the time since January that this board has consistently used tactics to
Membership would have made it
suppress debate,
congruous.
to prevent raising of opposition is a disgrace, and I believe several members of this
I mean, I
board
don't
are
think
not acting in the interest of
Nikila's
this
duty
party.
should be to the
I will add
LNC
that
over the
I
party
have
and over the
raised
membership.
several matters in the
I think that
introductory
mentality is
section
exactly
about
what
my
makes it like
region
a
report
dying corporation.
that has raised substantive issues about the merits of the SIC report, that the responses received in that time were simply focused on a couple of the most superficial elements of those concerns and didn't even attempt to
But I
address
do agree
several
that Stephen
substantive
does
issues
think of
that
himself
have
as
to do with
being
the merits of the allegations and the quality and the
subject to the LNC
the
and not the party.
thoroughness of the investigation performed by the SIC. So again, I put forth to
Tyler,
this
I
body
was the
that
one who
it
said that
is
the party wasn't the
irresponsible
LNC.
to continue with this motion tonight before we hear advice of counsel on the questions that have been raised. And we should consider the motion to postpone this item of business until our September 7th meeting so that we can get advice from counsel on the impacts to our legal strategies before we
Karen
commit
Ann
to an
points out
action
correctly
that
as she's
closes
just
options
dropped
off
in,
from those
Andrew
available
Chatterton is ovulating.
pathways. So I motion to postpone until September 7th.
She says that she meant bloviating. However,
Point of
I'm
order.
happier
That's
about
not-
I
ovulating.
really like
Objection.
ovulating better.
Not even motioned and seconded.
I didn't quite hear you on that point of order, Mr. Johnson.
Hasn't a motion
Tony,
to
can I
object
ask
to the
you,
consideration
man,
already been motioned and
why
seconded?
you're drinking milk?
Milk is
I don't believe
delicious.
it had a second.
Let's not
I don't
this
believe the
again.
motion to object to the question had a second.
You know what? It doesn't require a second when I looked it up here. And I
No,
was
no,
Mr.
Tyler,
Martin,
Tyler,
were
no.
you
We're not going to do that.
clearly making that objection?
There's some committees
I
that I'd
wasn't
like
clear.
to create, and
Absolutely.
Okay.
This is parliamentary.
All right,
speech.
no
objection. No debate. We move to a vote.
All right.
Point of inquiry is that meaning that my
for the record,
motion to postpone was not yet timely. If so, I would just ask to be recognized after
I'm
this
not
vote
even,
to just
like-
reintroduce that. I won't speak
Okay.
again to it.
You,
if that's
you
okay.
can reintroduce it right after
like,
that,
Austin's
Mr.
completely
Chatterton. I'm
insane
just remedying
for the
my
things he's saying.
misunderstanding there.
Because it seems like he actually
Thank
believes
you.
this.
I missed that too. I appreciate it.
But for the love of God, the responses to him of just shutting him down are hilarious. Like, you know.
Mr. Martin, I'm just asking. It's the same objection for the previous question, yes?
I'll get a little more. Yes, those objections also apply, but there's another one on this one. This one actually directly
All
jeopardizes
milk
our
sucks,
legal
guys.
defense and will cause the party irreparable harm and comes with a hidden price tag that will be tens of thousands of
I'm not
dollars.
writing, Mr. Martin, I don't write all of those things down.
Oh my gosh, the head.
So it's you know, what I had
The head
previously
swivel.
surmised before was the objection was due to legal matters, conflicts of interest, faulty notice, violation of core principles. Is there something?
Sure, all of that, and specifically with regard to active litigation, can cause irreparable harm.
So, having been in group chats with Austin, I believe this is a thing that maybe I'm, wrong about, but I don't think that I am. I believe that the things he's saying, not necessarily every detail of it, but on the whole, that he believes that what they're doing is wrong, and that he believes that there could be a legal problem with it. I think he's wrong, but I think that on the whole claim there, he is telling his version of the truth.
I object to everyone's opinions about milk. In the
No one
chat.
says you have to drink milk.
I say no one is allowed to drink milk any longer.
Oh, goodness. Yeah, you're
That's for evolution.
Makes bones strong.
Take a fucking calcium pill.
Those don't taste good.
Mr. Martin, does that work?
More efficient.
You're more
So-
efficient.
This is where like I completely agree.
Yeah, if you could put the
Good
word
calcium,
irreparable
guys.
before harm, I'd be glad. This is a dire situation.
Spell irreparable for me.
I'm sorry, IRREPARABLE. If I'm wrong, spell check should help you out.
It'll be fine. I can fix it later if it's not.
I have had unsweetened flax
Bullock.
milk before, Jocelyn, and I like
No.
that. Kyle tells me it's not real milk, though.
Mr.
You
Boss.
cannot milk a nut.
Have you ever seen a nut that needs to be milked?
Pass.
It's like
No.
swollen. The nuts come up to you. They're like, please,
Mr.
please
Chatterton.
milk me.
Yes.
I mean,
Mr. Dar.
I have seen nuts walk up to people and ask to be milked.
Pass.
That is a very different situation.
Mr. Dassing.
Yes.
Mr. Ford.
Pass.
Ms. Hollisey.
No.
Mr. Nebel.
No.
Mr. Martin.
Yes.
Mr. McGee.
Nay.
We'll vote no. Mr. Nana.
No.
Mr. Redpath.
No.
You can
Mr.
milk
Thompson.
mammals?
No.
That is known.
Mr. Vinson.
Model mammals.
Mr. Vinson.
I believe he stepped out.
Mr. Watkins.
I'll abstain.
Mr. Nikela.
Nay.
It's no.
Mr. Bost.
It's I and no.
Abstain.
Mr. Dar.
No.
Mr. Ford.
I'll abstain.
Mr. Vinson.
I mean, I agree in part with that comment that you just put in the chat, Kyle.
Mr. Vincent stepped out. I don't think he's coming back.
Okay.
I figured you were agreeing with Joe that anything with nipples can be milked.
It's not
Which-
entirely true.
I'm just saying, Joe is letting us
Mr.
know
Chair,
that he can
the
be milked.
votes are 3 yes, 10 no's, and 3 abstentions.
Motion does not pass. Thank you very much. Mr. Chatterton, I now recognize you for the motion you were trying to make.
But like, that's why I think that
just
both
you.
groups need to go.
As
So,
mentioned, I won't speak
with regard
again
to Rob's
to it,
comment.
but my previous points stand and I emphasize them. So my motion is to
Can we read that?
postpone consideration
we read
until
that?
the meeting on September
Read what?
7th to allow
The comment that you just
time
posted to
for
me.
legal counsel to respond to
it was
very
a
significant concerns
text
raised via
directly
email to the
to me.
LNC.
I'll second.
As long as, like, I don't think we've said that who said it, right? So
Yeah.
it's fine
Possibly.
with me.
You can check if you want.
Motion has been made and seconded to
Someone pointed
postpone.
out the minority is being shouted down from a bunch of people that didn't do
You
anything
need a
with the
moment
party
more, Mr.
since its
McMahon?
inception in
Okay.
1972. Let them have it back. They didn't do anything for 50 years, and they won't do anything for the next 50. By the way, hope these donors come back with all the bending over that just happened. That's what they were waiting on.
Which, in part, I agree with. Which is why, like, we think that the LP
Is this
needs
debatable?
radical restructuring,
This is debatable, yes.
So
not
you
to
can
go
ahead
back
and
to
take
what it was.
debate
Okay.
question.
I was just making sure you didn't have to interrupt
during any
to get
era
that correct
prior.
for him.
No,
All right.
just,
The
wait,
Halcyon
hold on.
Age
It was the same motion to postpone,
is later.
correct?
We want to take
Yes,
the party
same
forward, not
motion.
back.
Okay.
Awesome. Excellent. Mr. Watkins.
Yeah, I just want to, I guess, thank Mr.
We don't
Nikela
want a
for
lame duck party. We don't want lame
conveying
duck,
that council, I
board that
guess,
doesn't do
agrees with
anything,
this
whose members don't
discourse.
do anything.
However, I think it would be, I guess, wise to allow the full LNC to be able to address him directly as a group to discuss this and raise these concerns with him rather than rely on email and the latency involved in that.
It's so weird that they're
I don't
pretending
get
that,
why we
like,
can't
Oliver
just
hasn't
postpone
looked
it
at this.
and
I
go
didn't
into
like
executive
reform. I don't think
session
reform's strong
with
enough.
council and just hash this out and figure out what's best for the organization. I don't know why we have to just cram
But
this
the general
through and not
sentiment,
have
yes, massive change.
thorough debate and
We need to
bring
rethink
this
the
up
way that we
again.
think of the party.
This is the second time we're talking about this because I guess a mistake was made previously. So let's just take some
Jake
time.
Porter takes full credit that we all
so
have to
that we
listen to
can
this
talk
meeting
about it
tonight. And
more
he's not
thoroughly.
wrong. It is his fault.
And try
Thanks,
not
Jake.
to make any more mistakes. Thank you.
How much time is left on this item, Mr. Chair?
Let me see here. We have 5 minutes,
Bill has to
43
come read me a
seconds.
bedtime story, so he's a little bit antsy.
Mr. Boast.
For anyone who would like to make it clear that they agree with Jake.
Well,
and his
I guess I'll
actions,
get a chance to speak one time this evening.
Here is a Death the Kingmaker's flag.
You also see
I did
behind
not
me.
read the report before because I didn't have
You also see
time.
behind me.
I have read the report now.
That's true.
Like, yeah.
Concerns about
There's
council
I'll
and
make you big so they can see
having
it.
time to read it aside. I still think many of the points raised by Mr.
So,
Sheridan,
for Jake,
are valid, whether or not
Killer
we
of
get advice from
Kings
council.
and the
But
Killer
where
of
before I
Kingmakers.
abstained, I would be voting no on the resolution this time. Or yes to postpone, depending on what we're talking about.
Yes, I was about to say that last part you've corrected to make it germane. Ms. Cowart.
Thank you. Guys, we've had this report for 2.5 months. We've had debate. We've talked with council in multiple executive sessions at this point. I don't know what more we need to do as far as beating this horse to make everybody feel like their concerns have been raised and heard and that we've gotten our responses from council. I don't know that we're going to get any further with this by going into yet another executive session with council. Questions have been answered ad nauseum. Whenever this meeting was called and notice was given, I
Questions
reached
in my
out to the
report
chair
have not
because
been
I was
answered at all, ever.
So whenever this meeting was called, I actually reached out to the chair and asked, why are we rehashing this? And my understanding is that there were no mistakes made, because I want to make that clear, because there was just an assertion that mistakes were made. I asked the question, did we do it wrong? And the answer was, no, we did not do it wrong. We are going back through this to make sure that there is beyond reproach, no kind of issues with notice or anything like that. But with what we had done as a body back on June 9th, we did do it the proper way.
If we didn't do anything wrong, then this is dilatory.
This is not
Amanda,
a correcting mistakes
I'm
thing.
serious.
This is a just going through the motions again to make sure that there is no concern whatsoever
Tories
that
did
nobody
not
didn't
make it
have proper
past
notice
1850,
to read the
so they
report
could never
and
have been
ask their
dialed.
questions and respond prior to that.
Dilatory.
That's the only thing I wanted to say. I wanted to clear the record on that point.
I mean, clearly Stephen was nervous enough that he
Mr.
called
Nana.
to rehash it. Oh, Tyler, we're just going
In
to
order to
walk
call the
in
question, I would
carrying
like to.
the Death to Kingmaker's flag,
I would
singing a
object.
new verse of the International
second.
that I'm going to write for the Grand
Motion has
Rapids
been called
Revolution.
and seconded.
I'm
No
not
one
even
is learning
joking.
Russian for this.
I'm going to teach it to you all. It's going to be great. We're going to do the
Here we are
harmony.
forcing
It's gonna be
everything
What I'm
through
saying
without-
is you
without
best write in
debate of
English.
substantive issues, without
Point of order.
consideration
The
of
question
legal
has been
advice.
called.
What?
This body is
It would be
acting
phonetic.
in a
come to
disgraceful
order.
manner.
Point of parliamentary inquiry. Is it a misuse of the motion to call the question to suppress members' rights to express their opinions
Brittany, we
and have
can do that too.
informed decision making?
No, it is not. You vote no on calling the question if you want to continue to debate. It's pretty
We
fucking
must
simple.
have
I think the
Death to
audience can
Kingmaker's
see for
flag.
themselves what's happening here, guys.
Thank you for that continued debate. We'll go to the question
Brittany has a good idea.
being called. Once Mr. McMahon is ready.
Amanda will
for
just sing
calling
it
the question.
1,054 times or however many delegates there are to make it sound like.
I mean, that's how I write arrangements and record arrangements for the most part,
The question that is being called
including the men's
is
parts.
for postponing, not on the main motion.
How much time remains on the main motion?
1
Can we
minute,
message
32
Brittany the link,
seconds.
for the Death to Kingmaker's flag.
Yeah, I can do that.
Thank you.
Mr. Nana called the question to end debate on motion to postpone motion 2, or excuse me.
Go ahead and pull that back up. God bless it. And I'm going to also send it to Brittany directly.
Resolution 2.
I'm going to hit you up in Discord, Brittany.
Mr. Bowler.
No.
Mr. Bost.
No to calling the question.
Mr. Chatterton.
No.
Mr. Dar.
Pass.
Mr. Dossing.
Abstain.
Mr. Ford.
But
No to
I'm the
calling the
one that's
question.
into Trotsky.
Miss Hollisey.
Amanda is the one humming.
Trotsky was a traitor
Mr.
to the
Newton.
International
No.
in its true spirit.
We should just
Mr. Martin.
make
That's
a
not an endorsement of
Kingmakers
Stalin, by the way.
No to
Stalin was worse. Stalin was
authoritarianism.
absolutely a fascist. I'm just saying that
Mr. McGee.
the International
Aye.
belongs to the anarchists.
I'm going to vote no. Mr. Nana.
Yes.
Tyler, I'll teach you the lyrics. Don't worry.
Mr. Redpath.
I'll abstain.
The Wisconsin delegation
Mr.
is going to be
Thompson.
lit.
No.
Going to be the ones walking in singing the International.
Mr. Vinson.
I think Reese would go for it.
Oh, I'm sorry. He's not here. Mr. Watkins.
No to calling the question.
Mr. Nikela.
I'll vote no.
Mr. Dar.
I abstain.
I don't know why you think that, Jake. He had a terrible haircut.
Miss Hollisey.
Abstain.
The votes are 2 yes, 10 no, and 4 abstentions.
Motion to extend time.
Second.
Yeah, so the previous vote that failed. Motion to extend time. How much, Mr. Chatter? Yes, Mr. McMahon.
Just hold your hat for 1 second.
Okay.
He was debating whether to pretend to hold a hat for a second. It was so cute.
Hold on, I'll be back.
No, Kyle, no. You guys know Kyle's gone. You can say what you really think about him. What? Why?
I'm holding my
What?
hat.
Why? Oh, it's only talking to Paul.
Nope, everyone. Hold on, I'll help you out. I'm holding your hat too.
Is that the fuzzy hat?
Yeah. There's your symbol. Hat help.
Okay, you can finish the thing.
All right, Mr. Chatterton, you were making a motion to extend time. How much time was that?
I think we need at least 20 more minutes.
Oh my god.
You said 10, I'd vote yes.
Objection.
All right, a motion has been made to extend time by 20 minutes. Was it
10 minutes, please. If I
Second.
can change that.
All right, it hadn't been seconded yet, Mr. Chatterton. So the correction was 10 minutes, and it was now seconded after it being
I'm gonna see if I can
corrected
do
to
it.
10 minutes.
Thank you.
I'll object.
There's an objection
Which hat
to
is
the
that?
extension.
I'm getting a ballot ready.
I was
Oh,
trying to do a
thank you.
non-Noah hat.
You should just create 20 more of those and
Uh-huh. Move to extend time. 10 minutes on motion to postpone resolution 2. Done by Mr. Chatterton.
Now Amanda's ready to sell you papers in the early 1900s. Late 1800s if she's British. Boy, Gav, want to know what the news of the day is? 1 penny.
10 minutes.
Would it be in order if I could ask Mr. Redpath to reconsider his objection? I think we're going to waste more time voting on this than
Going to pass.
They are trying
this
to
is
delay long enough
Move to
that people
extend
will
time by
leave.
10 minutes on motion to postpone resolution
that's all it is.
2. Mr. Bowler.
Yes.
Mr. Boss.
Yes.
It might
Is
be
it
path
Bost
forward, Brittany.
or is that? Am I saying that correctly? By the way,
It is not boast.
Boast. Okay.
It is not boast.
This is not boast.
It is Bost.
Yes.
Okay.
No, you pronounce it not boast.
Mr. Chatterton.
In fact.
Yes, to extending time.
Mr. Dar.
Yes.
Mr. Dassing.
Take a turn anywhere we don't want.
Yes.
No.
Mr. Ford.
Yes.
Ms. Hollisey.
Yes.
Mr. Neville.
Yes.
Mr. Martin.
Yes.
Mr. McGee.
Yes.
Go back to balancing it.
I will also vote yes. Mr. Nana.
There.
Nope.
Mr. Redpath.
No.
I have a
Man.
better newsboy cast
Mr.
somewhere.
Thompson.
Yes.
I don't like
Mr.
your hat.
Watkins.
What?
I don't
Yes,
like your
to
hat.
extend time.
Well, it was for
Mr.
Callaway
Nicola.
Party, so
I'll vote aye.
it's the best I got.
Now you look bald.
Mr. Chair, there are 14
Still
yes
look bald.
and 2 no's.
Yes, sir. Little
Time
newspaper
been
boy.
extended by 10
with a long
minutes.
hair.
Mr. Martin, you are now recognized.
Thank you. And this is on the motion, the main motion, or are we still on the postponement? We
Motion
already
to
have
postpone.
We're still on motion to postpone.
Motion to postpone. It's critical. There's some pretty big issues here, guys. And I'll give you one just right up front. In an organization, a treasurer is responsible for financial oversight, right? And a financial oversight officer who may be implicated in a lack of oversight would be responsible for negligence, perhaps gross negligence, depending on what's going on there. And for that guy to sit on a committee that's supposed to investigate exactly those matters, which would have been under his watch, would mean that he would have a
So
direct
mad.
personal interest
No.
in the outcome
Don't be mad.
of the proceedings.
Not mad. I was
Again,
told I
if
have to be
somebody
happy.
were involved, say, with the Kennedy campaign and administering the JFC, and they were involved in the day-to-day on that and acted as Angela's right-hand de facto treasurer because the other treasurer wasn't paying attention for some reason, that person would probably also, not probably, certainly be conflicted. They would not be allowed to even participate except as a fact witness. Making your fact witnesses into judges, jury, and executioner is a conflict of interest. A major one. It's so obvious. And the fact that anybody would, lawyers are not some other flesh, guys. You can get another legal
point of
opinion,
order.
like doctors. We
Point-
need time.
Yes.
Point of order. I don't think that this is germane to the postponement. I think that you're getting.
I'm saying
towards
we
the
need
merits of
time
the
to
motion.
explore these conflicts. This is totally germane. These are conflicts for which we need legal opinions. They directly impact whether or not the vote, how it will proceed, who's part of it, how we are informed on whether or not the decisions
Can
that
Bill
we're
Redpath
making are
just call me
right,
and tell me why
legal,
he's
or
angry?
even in accordance with our principles. Should I wait for a ruling on
Well,
that point of
I'll see.
order?
I withdraw.
Thank you.
Yeah.
This is absolutely critical.
Just make sure it's tied in to be germane to the current one. This was what we're
It is. The reason I bring those up specifically is because gross negligence and possible financial malfeasance are incredibly powerful personal motivators, right? So when the council brings up, a very narrow construction for us to say, hey, it's all good, and another lawyer says, hey, dude, watch out, that's dangerous, we should have the time to make sure that we're not walking into a trap. This is national politics, not some irrelevant board in nowhere. We're the third largest political party in the United States, and you don't think
And
there's
if it wasn't
interests
for
that
Angela, we'd
we
be
might
3
wanna
times
just
as big.
Make sure aren't tipping the scales in one direction or the other. I'm only standing for fairness. If somebody did wrong, we need to do it right to hold them accountable. We can't do this dog and pony show and imitate federal prosecutors fabricating charges and then giving nobody time to review anything. And then, talking about how long the report's been out. We've all reviewed the report by now.
That's not the issue. But we didn't have the report to review. We didn't have it to review before
Having
we
AI
passed
review
it,
it for you is
right?
not
So it got
reviewing the
rushed
report.
into a 24-hour voting lock, and then we've had no meaningful discussions, and
was
all of
not
them are
24
shut
hours.
down in the way that people have seen shut down tonight.
It was almost 3
till about
days.
5 minutes ago when we started throwing a fit about it. This is absolutely irresponsible. We have a duty of care and a duty of loyalty that we need to uphold. That is now in the ethics policy, and the ethics policy has made that a lot more firm and a lot more binding than it was previously. I believe, even though maybe some parliamentarians, lawyers might disagree with me, that's okay. That's happened before, and I've been right before. But this is not my opinion. This is the informed opinion of consensus council.
I have to agree with
So
Karen
my
Ann
problem here is something
this
that,
is
that
way
I
out
can't
of
back
decorum,
off
and
on
Paul
in
should
good
be
faith as
trying
a
to, like,
fiduciary.
do something
So
about
we
it.
absolutely need more
controlling the
time to
meeting, and it's
consult
not.
with lawyers before we
I
make
think it's
a
fine. I like
mistake
impassioned
that we
statements.
cannot undo. Once we do this,
Whether you're horny
there
has
are
nothing
things
to
that
do with
can
this.
happen in
It's not me being
related
horny. That's me
lawsuits
putting on more
that would
anarcho
be
cat.
very, very bad. And you guys probably do not understand the implications of
The entire
exactly
debate.
what this means or why it matters. I can't talk about it because it would jeopardize our legal strategy for me to say it in front of the audience. That makes this even more irresponsible. I yield.
I like Austin with
Mr.
ukulele.
Bowler.
Yes.
I have.
I like that energy more.
Point of personal privilege. I've rarely spoken this evening,
That is
except once
false.
intemperately.
Yes, please let Mr. Ford go first.
Thank you. My appeal is very uncharacteristically brief. We have a meeting in a week.
2 weeks.
Members of a board of directors have raised significant concerns. We are coming to the end of this process, but I will tell you, if we don't take every step necessary to publicly resolve this process and overcome and resolve every objection, this will be continued to be argued about for time immemorial.
It's
There's
going to be
only
no
one
matter
way to
what, because
solve
you guys
this
are
for the
listening
good
to
of the
someone who
community, because we
directly
clearly have-
lies.
We are vastly divided on this.
When you want to make up
If we
conspiracy
do
theories
not
and be
take
like,
this one
maybe
extra
we didn't
step-
land on the moon, like
Because at this point,
you're
We don't
there's
put
nowhere
an
else to
executive
go after
session
this
for this.
except
Like, this is
other
actually
than
stuff that
outside
membership should
litigation.
hear.
But if we do not take this one damn step right now and vet, then you will be hearing about the decision of the LNC to quash potential legal
If
issues
only to make people
forever.
tune in,
Whether
my
that's
gosh,
fair or unfair,
and actually
I'm not
want to get
saying.
involved and
But it's a
participate and care.
political reality that it will be continued to use by both sides. And at a certain
Theater
point,
serves a purpose.
we have to bridge this issue for 1,000 unrelated reasons to this argument. But if we do not exercise that final due diligence, and we're talking a week, and then it's over, we come to a decision then. This will be debated forever. So I'm rising in support of postponing this only so that we can come to an orderly conclusion with all arguments heard. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Bowler.
all arguments were heard.
Mr. Bowler.
Yes. So I raised the point of orders about the notice of the motions, including the one that we're talking about postponing now. The purpose of doing that was also to make the point that yes, it was a hasty decision and ill-advised to do at that time, I think. That being said, it is the circumstances of August 24th are not the same as June was 6th or June 9th. And I think we've had enough time to really go over this. To Mr. Ford's point, yes, it's a very divided issue. I really do not see more time changing the way that anyone's going to feel about this. So instead of putting it off and keep postponing it over and over and over again, I think it's
Jake Porter points out that Pat
just
Ford
time to
voted
go
for the
ahead and
JSC
deal
and then
with
funneled
it
money
and
to his organization
deal with
from
any
that
consequences
JSC.
that come along with it. Thank you.
Which you would also think that that would be a conflict of interest on
Conflict?
if things are
Mr.
back.
Chatterton.
I fixed it.
Conflict of interest.
We've seen the tactics that have
Conflict.
been deployed here over and over
Conflict
again,
of
claiming
interest.
that these things, we've had months and time to read. This isn't about reading it. Everyone here heard the numerous issues that I raised about concerns about the merits, and
I heard
everyone
you say a
heard the
bunch of words.
responses focus on one or two superficial issues around about a dozen others that are substantive in nature and have never been addressed.
That's
The
utterly
actions
false.
this board is taking show conflicted
We went through his stupid
interests
report and pointed out
all
how
over the
everything
place,
in it was
left and
stupid.
right. And everyone who's saying now that we are in a position to
to, better position than we were on June 9th. I have just raised numerous brand new, never before raised legal concerns that have been come before this body based on events that happened in the last week that are brand new, that no attorney has commented on to us as a board. And we need time to hear legal advice on these matters before we commit more irreparable harm to this party. I believe it will be
You've been
very
nothing
personally
but irreparable harm to
irresponsible
this party,
to
Chatterton.
any member who votes not to postpone this. And it is absolutely our duty to do so that we can be properly advised before we go ahead with this consideration.
Does he sound like he's about to cry?
Yes, but this meeting was noticed. Like, you had time to be properly advised. That's what I don't
Mr.
understand.
Bost.
He said that
Yes,
it wasn't long enough for your counsel to
For
respond.
the record, this is my second bite on this topic, I think. I
Wasn't
just
it like
want
a
to
week?
reiterate that none of
Yes.
my objections are related to matters of notice or matters of how many months have passed. They're all related to issues with the report. Thank you.
Well, like, if they're related to issues for
Mr.
the report,
Watkins.
then there's no need to postpone.
Yeah, I just want to at least ask the rest of the LNC to indulge those that have these concerns and have raised them. I mean, it's pretty clear that they feel very serious about this
I'd like to
and the
ask the rest of the
implications.
LNC to indulge me.
I don't see why we can't. You can have your conclusions already.
I don't even know what that
Um,
means.
I
Just
don't
felt
think
like the
those
right
are going to
thing say.
change.
Oh,
I don't see the harm in delaying just a little bit longer to indulge those that have raised these concerns.
Angie is
and
correct.
Go over
Chatter
them in a
needs
group
Snickers.
with council. And
You're not yourself
us
when you're
as
hungry.
the board hear council advice to them. I really don't see what the harm is in that. And that's fine. I get there's disagreements. I mean, it's very clear that there are strong disagreements, but I think a significant portion of the board, at least having objections or hesitation right now, I think it does us a disservice to not allow that to occur. I mean, I don't think we're in a position to just deal with whatever consequences may come, because we don't
I'm about to start
have a
drinking.
clear idea of what those are or how significant those consequences will be. I mean, we had the financial report come out today, and it's not good. And how,
Thanks, Angela.
what does that
The
mean?
trajectory's actually
financially?
slowed falling.
What consequences may come? How severe will those be? I don't know. So I just don't see why we can't just postpone. You're still going to vote the way you're going to vote. Fine. That's fine.
In which case, postponing is
but
stupid.
At least allow some discussion to be had. Thanks.
Mr. Chair, isn't time up on this?
That is correct, Mr. Redpath. Thank you for noticing the time. We are out of
Can we have
time.
Bill Redpath as a guest on the
We are
show,
moving
and I'll
to
just
a
like
vote
let
on
him
the
talk and just go.
postponement, and then on the motion itself.
Oh God!
Unless it's postponed.
Jesus.
I hope I never actually run into him.
I am going to make sure he comes by the tweet next year.
I've seen a picture of him because
I'm gonna make sure that you've already been drinking and get him to come to the suite, just to tank your chances of being reasonable.
Mr. McMahon.
I sure am. Move to postpone resolution 2 to September 7th, 2025, LNC special monthly meeting. Mr. Bowler.
No.
Mr. Bost.
Yes.
Tyler, I'd love to have Redpath on.
To postpone. Yes.
Mr. Chatterton.
Yes, to postpone.
Mr. Dar.
No.
I'll pass.
Mr. Dassing.
Yes.
Mr. Ford.
Yes.
Ms. Hollisey.
Pass.
Wait, no, they're not
Mr.
abstaining.
Neville.
Yes, to postpone.
Mr. Martin.
Halsey doesn't abstain. She's passing.
Yes to postpone.
Mr. McGee.
I'm sorry, wrong column for Hallisey's vote.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Oh my gosh, I hope he's not listening.
Mr. McGee.
Bill, if you're listening,
No.
blink twice.
We'll vote
Oh,
no.
we
Mr.
intend
Nana?
to have a sweet John, and
No.
we intend to, do our best to
Mr.
have
Redpath.
No.
open bar and everything else. there.
Please
Mr.
donate
Thompson.
to LPA so that in addition to many other things,
Mr. Vin-
including
no,
delegate
Mr. Vincent.
transportation, we can have a wonderful suite for you all.
Mr. Watkins.
Tentatively named the out
Yes,
of
to
order suite.
postpone.
Mr. Nikela.
The
Nay.
QR
Which-
code is on your screen.
Mr.
Up in
Dar.
the top
It's
left
on the
corner.
top left. It is where all
No.
the tankies are in the grid. Kyle put it there intentionally.
Miss Hollisey.
No.
He wants you to go to the tanky portion of the screen.
Mr. Chair, the votes
and
are
scan and
7
give us
yes,
money.
9 no's.
Motion does not pass to postpone. Moving to the main motion. Vote now.
This body is disgraceful. I'll be leaving the meeting now. Good night, everyone.
You're disgraceful.
Yeah, this is an absolute travesty. I'm not going to be part of this.
The
You guys are on your
resolutions
own on this vote.
haven't even really gotten
This
here
is
yet, Kiernan.
Absolutely ridiculous.
They have
And
been
everyone here
filibustering this
knows
much.
they're doing something wrong. This is a
Point of
frame
order.
You're wrong.
Right
Don't
out
let the
the
door
point
hit
of
your
order.
butt on the way out.
Come
Don't
to
worry.
order, please.
Don't worry.
I'm sorry, Mr. Redpath.
He was concerned about about Austin's door.
That's what I thought.
Be glad we aren't all in the same room. You could have actually heard my NCO voice for once. I would have made you feel it in your souls.
Sergeant Dark comes out every now and then.
Czar.
I keep mine deep down inside.
Did Mr. I heard Mr. Chatterton left. Did Mr. Martin leave?
Let me see here.
I believe so.
Said he was leaving. I did not. I'm not seeing him right now.
I believe Mr. Lamb is present.
Mr. Lamb is present.
My intention was
Yes,
to.
I'm present.
Okay.
Good Lord.
This is resolution 2 as
We
presented.
all are, Cy. We all are.
Mr. Bullard.
Yes.
Mr. Bost.
Under the circumstances, I have to vote no. There's no other way.
Going to ask Mr. Chatterton or Mr. Wiley. Mr. Dar.
Yes.
Mr. Dassing. Mr. Dassing. Mr. Bracco. Mr. Ford.
I'll pass.
Miss Hollisey.
Yes.
Mr. Neville.
Aye.
Mr. Lamb.
I concur with Mr. Bost. I'm voting no.
Mr. McGee.
Aye.
All right.
I vote yes.
What?
Mr. Nana.
Yes.
I've reached out to several
Mr. Redpath.
LNC members, and
Yes.
at least some of them have offered to come on
Mr.
after this is
Thompson.
over.
Yes.
Is one of the Mill Redpath.
Mr. Watkins.
I have asked Bill Redpath.
Oh gosh.
No.
Mr. Nikela.
Yes.
Reach out
Mr.
to Austin.
Dassing or Mr. Bracco.
What?
Reach out to Austin. See if he comes on.
Do you want Austin on?
He was going to come on.
Mr. Ford.
I'll
Did he say he was?
No, I said who's going to come on.
Oh, Sam has said yes. I have also poked Keith, and I have poked Bill at this point.
Mr. Chair, the votes are 10 yes,
Reach out to the
3
audience.
no, 1 abstention, and 1 not voting.
Chat, if we can get Austin to come on.
Motion
Would
passes
you like
for
Austin to come
resolution
on?
2. Thank you very much. Next item of business is adjournment.
Move to adjourn.
Second.
Move to adjourn the LNC meeting.
Object to consideration.
Please.
Not really.
Okay. All right. So we've moved to adjourn to the LNC meeting. The executive committee meeting will open up after adjournment.
I said I'm
Yes,
putting it to the
Mr.
chat.
So
That
they
is
haven't
correct,
responded.
Mr. Vice
But you
Chair.
just put it to
The
me. I
call
said put it to the
was
chat. Like put it to our
for,
viewers, the people,
a
Kyle. The
He hasn't
people.
discussion
said anything.
on the
You already asked
motion
them.
with the
The
full
people
LNC
should decide.
Yes, that is
or
correct.
what they're
convening the executive committee.
to have
Amanda,
on.
Thank you
Amanda
for the
Machno over
correction.
here.
Glad I got to walk through that. So full LNC discussion on the motion, and then it would move into the executive committee meeting. Thank you very much for that correction on the notice. But for adjournment here, is there any objection to adjourning?
Yes, Karen.
I am not seeing any objection to adjournment, so we are adjourned. Thank you.
Thank God.
The recording has stopped.
Trindlin, you need to make sure that you're muted sometimes.
All right. My daughter's crying in the background. She wants me to read her a book, so hopefully we'll be done with the executive session soon. But I did want to have the full LNC together to discuss, at least before we hop into an actual XCOM meeting, the merits of $10,000 to LP Arkansas for the purposes of ballot access. So,
Mr. Chair, is the Arkansas chair going to join us?
he said he was going to. I believe Mr. Michael Paco,
Mr.
is
Paco,
here,
and
so I'll
he
give
is
him the
he
floor
is in
while
the
I tend to
audience.
my child, and
Dr.
I'll let
Paco.
Mr. Dar play traffic cop for a minute.
Okay.
The only vote we have is for Austin to be on.
Mr. Dar, before you start, could I ask a quick question? Just a member of the gallery.
Sure. Before we move into this portion, go ahead, Mr. Roos.
Yeah, I thought the FSC was an interesting idea. I'm kind of curious to see how it'll work since it's now constituted. It seems that my question basically is, does it also review expenses such as this one that's being proposed?
It would seem that they're going into executive session, Joe. Yes.
So in other words, like, what's the step to follow, right? The executive committee
And the chair
votes
of
on this
LPAR is, in
expenditure
fact,
and has
Dr.
to go to the
Paco.
FSC for approval. Is
Why
that
is
how
yours on? That's
it's
my
going to
question,
work?
Jake.
I'm not,
Because he has not
so,
yet been thrown
yeah,
out of the
that's-
LP, no matter how
I
hard
don't
I
know,
try.
since I've never seen
See,
what the
the LP does
FSC
not
actually
listen to
does yet.
me, and they don't just throw him out of the room. I don't know why.
I didn't appreciate you throwing out of the room.
I would have to pull up the policy manual on
I
that,
did.
sir.
Well,
But I believe the FSC's portion in that
apologized, as I
is more.
I did. It was wrong, but I
That
appreciated it at the
they
time.
are tracking
And I can
those
remember how good
expenses
the
there.
feeling
They
felt.
are wouldn't be the decision maker on the process for this.
I regret finding pleasure in the moment, but I
I'd have
remember
to
the
speak to the
pleasure.
chair more for his intent there. Mr. Bowler.
Yes. So when Alabama needed ballot access in 24, we were seeking 25,000, and then we ended up with a 5,000 after we fundraised 20,000.
Joe, no, this is actually that's actually something that's important for the members here being discussed.
For this, but
Just
from my
because it's dramatic
understanding,
and just because there are people that you
it's
don't
a
like that are
situation
speaking
where
doesn't mean that it
they're
needs to go
engaged
into
with a
executive session.
petitioner and they need an answer now rather than later. And so because of the unique circumstances, I think that from everything that I understand about their situation, it is
I was right on
worthy
everything.
cause, and
Recap it.
I'm not going to be in favor of ballot access all the time when it doesn't make sense, but I think this time it does. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Bowler.
The vote has gone to
And,
the people,
on the note
and
of
I was right.
fundraising, I did.
I'm just saying, I'm really
check with
glad that we
staff
all
ahead
worked
of
together
time.
for now.
There was
Because
approximately
I shudder to think
$1,100
what
already
you all
raised
would
this
do
year for ballot
if you didn't
access
like me.
under that category. So I just wanted to see how much had just been passively raised through the LNC previous to that. And personally, I'd like to see anyone that votes in favor of this and anyone that supports it to reach out and to try to fundraise for the LNC and get more.
And what I
people
mean
to
by that
help,
is I shudder to
support,
think what I would have to do to
ballot
you
access
if you all
action
didn't
like
like
this.
me
There's people out there
because of your
that'll,
actions.
donate for this when they wouldn't for the general fund, for example. Mr.
It'd be so
Nana.
much worse than that.
It would be a lot of people with
Yes.
in a gulag.
So I've previously
No food.
served as ballot access committee chair, and I'm intimately familiar with. I'm not going to name the person, and I'm intimately familiar with the contractor that is essentially waiting on this answer, along with the state of Arkansas. And I do believe it to be something that needs to be decided, hopefully tonight, in the affirmative. Arkansas, we have had a history of supporting Arkansas, and they've had a history of keeping up their end of the bargain and supporting themselves as much as possible. It is a tough retention goal, but it is achievable, and I think we really ought to help them out.
Mr. Redpath.
Yes, I certainly support helping Arkansas out. First of all, regarding the cash situation of the National Party, that has been greatly enhanced by the sale of the building. So the situation just within the past week or so has changed quite a bit. Now, we can't eat that down all the time. But Arkansas has done, first of all, Arkansas has done a great job on this drive. They've done nearly 10,000 signatures that they've paid on their own and through volunteer signatures. Arkansas has a history of running dozens of candidates every election cycle up and down the ballot. 3% will not be easy. They have not achieved that before. But I must also disagree with Mr. Watkins. The implication in an email I saw earlier today was that this would be, even if we didn't make the 3% for governor, this would just be a waste and not worthwhile. It's always worthwhile to get a bunch of libertarian candidates on the ballot. And I think this is a very cost-effective endeavor in doing that. And a party that has punches far above the average weight, so to speak, of the typical state party on ballot access matters. Michael Packo has done a great job as chair, and I think that this is a classic case of a state party that definitely deserves the help of the LNC to get this to the finish line.
Thank you, Mr. Redpath. Mr. Watkins.
Yeah, I guess I have a series of questions, but the main one is, when does the petition drive end? When is their deadline?
The deadline, I believe, is in February, is my recollection. But the problem is that they've got a really good rate right now with the petitioner there. I'm afraid that really good signature rate, there's a chance that it will go away if we don't finish it now. And also, just generally speaking, if we postpone petitioning now, it's just going to get postponed to a more intense period in the election cycle when rates for petitioners are likely to go up.
Okay, thank you for that. That's helpful. I don't like rushing into things like this, because I would also like to have a little more information about what the plan of the campaign for, I assume it's governor, or is it Senate? Is that what this is for?
It would be 3% of the vote for governor would be the test to remain on the ballot.
Okay, so
Jake
yeah,
Porter's
my questions are going to be
Watkins is asking more questions about supporting
what plan
an affiliate
does the
he did about
campaign
the
or,
roof as it was
hypothetical
collapsing of our
campaigns
HQ.
have to achieve that 3% and retain it? And does having ballot access assist more local, nonpartisan candidates with getting on the ballot, or are they able to, would this money be better served being spent on tools for local level candidates that are actually
going to
have
call
a
it
chance
just a
of
second
winning
anyway.
and advancing our
As soon as this
ideas?
vote is done.
Or is it just going to, I don't like saying it's going to go to waste, because it just sounds harsh, but I mean, it just kind of seems like the reality, because 3% has not been achieved by a third party in Arkansas, I think, since, I don't know, the 90s, early 2000s, something like that.
Mr. Packo just joined us now. Why don't you, Mr. Watkins, why don't you?
Sure.
This is a full, just if I may, before Mr. Packo speaks, this will be a full party petition. This is a full party petition that qualifies candidates up and down the ballot. So if you want to incentivize local candidates, they're covered by this petition. If this petition drive doesn't succeed, a lot of those down ticket candidates aren't going to be on the ballot. But I would like to ask Michael Packo to comment on this as well. I don't know how much he heard of Mr. Watkins' question, but I'd surely like to hear his insights.
Thank you, Dr.
Yes, thank you. I have been here and heard the conversation. Yeah, just to clarify that this is ballot access for the entire slate of partisan races, which includes all state races, all state legislature, as well as all county and township offices. So that includes our local county commissions. It also includes the two constables that are serving as elected libertarians right now. They would be able to run for re-election as libertarians.
Okay, thank you. That does help. So are most of these township and local, most of those are partisan, or is there a mix?
All
Or are they
the
all partisan?
township and county races are partisan.
They are
There are a handful of municipalities in the state that have partisan races as well. For instance, we ran a mayoral candidate in Pine Bluff last cycle, but that's the exception rather than the rule.
I got you. Thank you. I appreciate that. And then one final question for now. Have there been any announced local township and what have you candidates? If so, how many? Is there any that have expressed interest or anything like that? I just would like to know if, we're getting the bang for our buck here with the number of candidates in more favorable races.
Yes, well, we do have a stable of candidates who have run in the past, and we would expect many of them to step up again. We presently don't have anyone for that top line ballot position of for governor, but that's a high priority to find someone who has the drawing power to make an effort to get that 3%. We've come very close in the past when it comes to gubernatorial races. In the presidential election years, it's a little bit more challenging, but we're optimistic about the fact that every cycle, and this is our 8th time petitioning to become a new political party, we get more votes, we get higher percentages. So we're optimistic about this cycle, as we always are, and getting better and improving.
There are 3 pieces to this tonight's meeting.
Thank you. I appreciate
it. The main one's been adjourned. They are now talking about Arkansas
Thank you, Mr. Watkins.
funding.
I do notice the
and then they will
difference
be
when I
going
see
to
the hands
executive
raised
session.
on the visual screen. It puts one order, and then on the participant screen, it puts another order. So I'm sorry if Mr. McMahon was just messaging me there. Was your hand actually raised before Mr. Boss then, or?
It's okay.
Okay, so Mr. Boss, then Mr. McMahon. You were saying, oh, I didn't recognize you previously. I wanted to make sure I was not making a mistake. Thank you.
Yes, my question is this a full 10,000 that'll be out the door for the LNC, or is there a chance for this number to be reduced by additional contributions, or perhaps the whole 10,000 will not be needed? This may be for the executive committee as much as Mr. Packo.
Mr. Chair, if I can, or Mr. Vice Chair, I guess it doesn't matter. It's informal. It says motion to encumber 10,000 for LP Arkansas petition drive, which does mean that it could be
Always,
reduced
Jocelyn,
if
we
less
always
money
love
is
you.
needed, or they qualify early, or Mr. Packo, Chairman Packo, notifies the LNC that they don't need all the money. It doesn't mean we
spend it all.
Spend it all. Just up to is kind of.
And I do have a follow-up that may be for Mr. Packo specifically then. May I? Mr. McMahon is
go
muted,
ahead.
I think.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, you're fine. I just realized that because I talked, it put my hand down and then put me back to the bottom.
I wrote you in this time. Go ahead, continue on.
So, yes, I believe from the previous email you had a certain number of signatures. Are you able to turn those in early, or do you have to turn them all in at once?
That's a one-shot deal. They all have to be turned in at once, and there's no recourse if there are too many invalids. So basically, you throw out the whole thing. That's why it's so important that we pad the totals with enough to account for the fact that approximately 20 to 25% of the signatures are likely to be invalid, not registered voters.
Thank you very much, Mr. Bost.
Thank
you. Mr. McMahon?
So for those of you who may not know, I served on the LNC previously, now over a decade ago. That's sad. And I served, I believe the only person that's currently on the committee that I served with at the time was Mr. Redpath, I believe. I don't think, Mr. Ford, were you on in 2014? Head shake, yes or no? No? Okay. That was my memory. There were fireworks between myself and Mr. Redpath I was on as at large, and while I loved supporting candidates, I was very disappointed at the time with how much money we were spending in states that didn't lift a finger to get signatures or to retain ballot status. And not saying, hey, you have to retain, but there were states that honestly didn't even try, and we were hemorrhaging tons of money for these states. And so myself and Mr. Redpath got into several heated discussions during LNC meetings for what I did think was a waste of funds. In this instance, Arkansas has put in the hard work. They've raised a lot of money. They've been hitting their targets. They've been hitting their goals. This is one of the ones where not only do I support the funds being spent for this, I also have good confidence that the LP of Arkansas and Mr. Chairman Paco specifically are going to do everything they can to try to retain by hitting that 3%. I'm not saying they're going to, they can't promise that either. It's a very difficult row to hoe, but I know that they're going to put in a ton of effort into it. I have no doubt in that whatsoever. So this is one of the one times you will hear me. I'm not going to be one of the people who is going to blindly support ballot access, and I'm going to be very critical of the Ballot Access Committee and Mr. Redpath and other states when they're asking for funds. But this is one of the ones that seeing what they've done in Arkansas, knowing what they've achieved already, knowing that they've been fundraising and that they're really up against a wall right now where they have to give an answer now, as opposed to in a month or two when they could do more to fundraise on their own. I feel like I would want this to happen if it was my state. I would want this help and doing all the things that I could to achieve it. So you've got my support unless somebody in here asks you a question that sways my support.
Thank you. Mr. Ford.
Mr. Chair, Chairman of the Arkansas Party, a couple of questions. The first one, maybe you can go into some detail about some of the local efforts that you've made, but not just in fundraising, but the type of events and the type of commitment you've made to this. And then my second question would be about what about legislation, that approach? We're in Rhode Island, we're in a very similar position. We've got this notion, I've done a little bit of research, we've got this notion that you either get a certain percentage of the presidential or a certain percentage of the gubernatorial, and then that's it, and you only hold it for that cycle as long as you can keep meeting that bogey. So it's incredibly difficult in a position like that. So maybe, like I said, legislative efforts and some detail on some of the commitment, time and money and fundraising that you've made locally.
Well, yeah, so we have been going all out on fundraising. We're also very cognizant of the fact that we need to step up and do it ourselves with the volunteer efforts. We've set a goal to collect 20% of all our signatures through volunteers. We're currently running at about 18%.
Wow.
We need to pick up the pace a little bit there. When it comes to legislation, we have presented on numerous occasions suggested legislation that would improve the ballot retention standards here in Arkansas. Right now, our best leverage point on that is the fact that after we won a lawsuit 3 years ago and they had to change the laws, we now have an extra 3 months to pick our candidates after the two major parties have selected theirs. So that gives us a little bit of an opportunity to see where the uncontested races are and to try to target accordingly. And I think that probably gets in the craw of some of the elected politicians. So I think our answer to that is, well, the easiest way you could get rid of that advantage for us is to treat us like not a new political party, but an established political party. So our recommendation is that we would ask for 3% in any statewide vote for ballot retention. And on that standard, we would have qualified in every election since 2014. So, if we could get that change, it would be very helpful going forward. But
one of the quick requests, perhaps you, either yourself or someone from your team, can join us at National on the Ballot Access Committee, because if you're getting 19% That's pretty impressive. Congratulations on that.
Well, thank you very much for that. This isn't our first rodeo. This, as I mentioned before, this is the 8th time we've sought new political party status. The 7th time that I've managed it personally. So we've got a little bit of experience under our belts, and we're trying to utilize it as best we can.
Thank you.
Mr. Watkins.
Yeah, I guess I had just more I guess a question about like what the budget looks like for ballot access specifically. I know it was mentioned that there was 11,000, I think, in the fund or something like that. I just want to know like where we are. Like, are we over budget? Are we near budget? Like, what does that look like? Just kind of want to get a better idea on that.
Mr. Chair, I think there's been zero spent on ballot access this year so far. I'm not aware of any expenditures so far on ballot access.
Okay, so the 11 or so thousand, that's just what's in the fund right now?
There is
Sorry.
there is no fund per se for ballot
Or
access.
the allocation, I'm sorry. Whatever.
That is the source that it was donated under. So
Okay.
when people choose sources to donate on the lp.org website, there's different tracking sources, and we can track that people donated under that there.
And that's what they earmarked those for. Okay. So I guess just trying to think in real time here, like it's around 11 or so thousand that was earmarked for ballot access. Then we would encumber an amount that would almost add up to that in total for one state. I guess is just a concern. I mean, it's not like a deal breaker, I guess, but it's just, what are we projected to bring in more as far as ballot access specifically over the next several months? And how many states are potentially going to need assistance?
That might be a good question for Mr. Redpath.
The answer to the first, what's coming in are going to be earmarked for ballot access. I don't know. Right now, we monitor the Maryland situation. They have a substantial amount of money in Maryland, and they have had to go, by the way, they were not getting any takers at $3 per signature. They have raised the amount, I believe, to $5 per signature in Maryland to find people who are willing to petition. We've got a rate below that in Arkansas that should, we need to be cognizant of. So, I mean, I think we need to monitor that situation in Maryland and see if, how far they can go on their own. That would be really the only other one right now. I think we could be petitioning in North Dakota, but there's been very little activity in that state, and I would not recommend an expenditure for North Dakota at this time.
Gotcha. Thank you.
Mr. Martin.
Excellent. Hey guys, I wanted to just note that this is exactly what the Overwatch proposal is designed to address, and I mean designed for it. We could be paying some of our guys $2 a signature. In an afternoon, that's 50 signatures. They've made $100.
That won't work. It doesn't work. We've tried something like that before, Mr. Martin, and that is just
I have the time.
That is valid. That is.
Thank you, sir. I'm glad for your opinion, but
Mr. Redpath.
Mr. Redpath, please don't interrupt. Please
Yes.
don't interrupt. Come on.
Thank you.
Thank you. That's trying.
So this program also integrates training and membership growth through in-person network recruiting that allows for this to take place through a designated workflow so that members, when they're offered a rate of $2 a signature, can simply go to the town square, college campus, wherever there's a high foot traffic area, the mall, and they can actually just, even if you got one person, they can go and canvas with a clipboard and actually build a list that they can turn around and call. There's a workflow that we've designed for this to be very effective. Within 24, 48 hours, these people remember who they put their name down with, they remember who they talked to. Simple hacks go a really long way here in order for us to improve our ground game. And that's absolutely essential. If we weren't fighting over the drama, guys, we would already have a team doing this right now for cheaper than we could afford. We wouldn't need $5 a signature. That's we're paying out the nose for that. We could pay $2 a signature and give $100 a day to an actual libertarian on the ground that belongs to the party, and open that up to more than one person. We could do triple the signature gathering and have way better results. So I just want to say, from the legislative session to the electoral session to ballot access petitioning and all of this, these combine very nicely into some strategic workflows that we can pay for, right? And right now we're just throwing our money away. And I don't mean any disrespect. This is an important thing. We want to be on the ballot. One other consideration, we've broken a ceiling with how we've worked with, for instance, JFCs for federal candidates. It's now possible to run in states where there's ballot access issues in an independent and associate with them and fundraise for them through a JFC. So that's a really cool idea, right? We can also, on the state level, use things like leadership PACs if they exist in your state, right, to do a similar setup. So anywhere we're for local races. So anywhere where we're having trouble with ballot access, right, there is actually two possible workarounds: one on the ground game and one through some JFC type magic. It'll vary on state to state on how to do that, and we probably want to get input of counsel who knows that state's particular situation. I'm sure Oliver would be very helpful on some of these things. But this is a consideration that I just want to note for the record. If we weren't all playing Game of Chairs, we would have done this at the beginning of the year. Already be done. We'd have people on the ground gathering signatures right now, and it would cost us way less. I yield.
Thank you, Ms. Martin. Mr. Nikela?
Yeah, so I just wanted to talk about ways we could raise money for ballot access. We're planning on sending out a mailer for just a general mailer to a lot of people that haven't been contacted in a long time. We haven't done mailers in a long time. We have a list of people that have donated to ballot access for the past, X number of years. We could pull up the data with our potential future partnership with purchasing data. We are looking to clean up our list of about 1 million records here pretty soon, and we'll have a lot more people to actually reach out to as well that we just can't reach out to already, and target them in a lot more ways. So I am really excited about that. So hopefully we'll have more information by the next meeting on that front. We've been given a large amount of money to actually pursue the data cleanup and reaching out to folks. So that's great. What's going on in New Mexico with ballot access there, I think, is also very exciting grounds to get members to give. So there might be something we could look at talking about what's going on in Arkansas with New Mexico and with other states that may need our help later this year. So we have to also reach out to our base and get them to fund this stuff. So whatever we decide to do tonight, I think we do need to reach out to our folks. We have to get them to donate. We got to rally the troops. If they want to see libertarians in the ballot, they got to put some money up. So that'll certainly be my strategy. However we go through this is to try to raise some money.
Mr. Redpath.
I apologize for interrupting Mr. Martin earlier. I wish I were wrong about what I'm about to say. I've been involved in ballot access petitioning now for 37 years in the Libertarian Party, and I wish the plan Mr. Martin put forward there had a history of success, but unfortunately it does not. And you can just look to Maryland, where frankly, the Maryland Party made the situation worse by delaying for several months the increase to $5 per signature, hoping that they would find people to petition for $3 per signature. They did not. They gained almost no signatures during that $3 per signature offer period. So we have tried something like this, as suggested by Mr. Martin. I've been working for 37 years trying to figure out how to get more people out to do volunteer petitioning. But if somebody, including Mr. Martin, has that magic elixir, more power to them. But we need to look to history to see what works and what doesn't. And unfortunately, $2 paying somebody $1 or $2 a sig, real libertarians, that'll motivate them to go out. Unfortunately, the track record does not validate that.
Mr. Watkins.
Yes, I would just first like to say thank you, Mr. Redpath, for your years of hard work. However, I think the history of the party has shown that, attaining 3%, 5%, whatever it is in various states does not work either. So I think it would be better for us as an organization to shift our focus to something that is objectively attainable, like local level races. We have Mayor Lamb on the LNC right now. He's a mayor. He's not a governor. He's not a senator. He's not the president. That's what the numbers show is more successful. And every year we spend tens of thousands of dollars throwing at ballot access in different states. Whether we whether I or anybody thinks they're deserving and have a good plan and have a good likelihood of achieving their goal, most often it just doesn't pan out like we wish that it would. So I think doing the same thing over and over again is just kind of, it's not to our benefit, and I think we need to shift focus. I mean, last year, about a year ago, around this time, we sat around in Miami and developed a strategy, and we've gone, way outside of that, and it was a more locally focused strategy. So I think really we should probably readdress that and either stick to it or amend it and adopt a new strategy, whatever it is. But I don't think just throwing money at different states' ballot access races are lucrative, or they don't generate any kind of meaningful return. Frankly, I mean, great, we have our letter on the ballot, but people look at that and then they go, "Oh, that's cool," and then they vote R or D, or they vote independent, they just overlook us. So I don't know. It just doesn't seem like this approach has ever worked, or is going to work in the future. So I think something else. I think we need to try something else.
Mr. Redpath.
I didn't mean to put my
Could we
hand.
hear from Mr. Paco, please?
Mr. Paco.
Yes, I just wanted to respond. Thank you, Mr. Watkins, for your concerns about local access or local races. I just wanted to reiterate that this is a full across the board ballot access in all partisan races, including some very local races. And that does include, as I mentioned before, 2 elected township constables. So yes, we see the merit in running local races and getting people to change their voting patterns on those races where it's not the top of the ticket. But this particular ballot access opportunity for us is across the board, and we try to utilize it both locally to raise votes and get people elected, and also to have the bully pulpit there at the higher level races to spread the libertarian message, especially in the opportunities we have for statewide debates and things like that. So we try to think about this as the best of both worlds, getting the local emphasis as well as some statewide candidates, and trying to get that ballot access or ballot retention standard as well.
If I could be recognized now, Mr. Chair.
Yes, Mr. Redpath.
Yeah, I mean, Mr. Watkins brings up points that I'm just not going to address. Right, it goes into deeper philosophy and regarding the role of the Libertarian Party in the United States. I do not think running for higher level offices that we can't win. I do not think that is a waste, but that comes down to different perspectives on this. I'll just say that we are the most successful minor party in the United States over the last 50 years. Our lack of electoral success is not our fault. It's single member plurality voting. It's the voting system that props up the 2 dinosaur parties, and it's going to take a change to our election system to make us successful on a widespread basis. But in any case, I've spoken.
If I could just briefly respond, I don't mean to cut ahead, but I mean, we know that the deck is stacked against us, and it's going to be stacked against us no matter what. And say we throw $10,000 at whatever, I'm not even going to use Arkansas, just whatever state, just say we throw enough money at a state to get on the ballot for a candidate that attains, I don't know, 5%. Say that the threshold is 5%, and they reach that and they retain ballot access. We're still not in power. We don't have any influence over the state legislature and what they do with the threshold. What are they going to do? They're just going to raise the threshold again. We saw that with Gary Johnson in the polls. He was polling well, and they just changed the rules on him. Like they're just going to do that. So no matter what, no matter how successful we are at a state wide race, we still don't have any influence in the government, really, at all.
Okay, well, let's join the Republican Party then. What the hell?
No, you're not hearing what I'm saying.
Yes, I am.
No, you're not, and you're
Yes, I am.
mischaracterizing me. So just don't even. Okay, I'm not even going to argue. Don't even go there, dude. Don't even go there. What I'm saying is it's not going to be successful. They're going to change the rules on us, no matter how much we don't want that to be true. It is true. I think we do, and I appreciate Mr. Paco stressing the local level, implications to this as well. But I think that needs to be our focus, and I think that's very important, especially when we are financially unhealthy right now. So that's it.
Miss Hullissy.
My only concern is, my question is this seems like a good idea. We need this, I think. But what about doing like donations rather than coming to a board that's in an organization that's financially strapped and losing money? That's my question.
Well, Mr. Redpath might be in a better position to talk about that. Again, the donations issue, I think it's been brought up in the past as well. But I would just like to point out that we are very close with a little bit of help to get us over the top. We would have a success to talk about within the next month or so. And that can help the fundraising effort by having a win under our belts that we can go out and talk about to raise more funding for ballot access efforts in other states.
Well, if I may address that, Mr. Paco put up a $5,000 match out of his own pocket toward this. I don't know if the other $5,000 was raised, but I personally put $1,000 toward that match myself.
It was matched. That's very, very helpful. Thank you, Mr. Redpath.
Thank you. Mr. Martin.
Aloha. What a wonderful discussion where no one is rushed in calling the question to shut everybody down. I just have to say, I love this. Thank you. I appreciate that this matter is getting the attention that it deserves. This is an important matter. I'm not quite as bearish as some of my fellows who think that this is just a bad investment. I actually tend to lean towards this is a worthwhile investment, but I think the way we're going about it is flawed. I wanted to appreciate what Mr. Redpath said. It has been tried to offer mere dollars for signatures to libertarians, and he's right in the fact that that alone would absolutely not get us across the finish line. It takes a complete program. It takes a complete effort to not only bring people in who actually are amenable, looking to make some money. You'd think that'd be easy, but you're right. That is hard to find. We have to actually seek those people out in certain ways. That's part of what my plan covers. Another part of what it covers is training those people, because you can get anybody to say, yeah, they might not be very good at it. They need to be able to be trained to do us right. And then finally, when it comes to, once you've got people like that, all that it is just a matter of basically saying yes. And we're saving a ton of money because we don't have the overhead of using a third-party company, but then you don't have the organization that you need in order to keep using those resources. So the program that I'm suggesting is a lot more holistic. It involves training and pipelining critical personnel that we need for things like signature gathering and petitions. And these are the guys that also are perfectly positioned to help the candidates and who have the network intact to be able to mobilize them for legislative face showing so that our candidates and our party get a lot of time during the legislative session to gain influence in that establishment. Even if you're not going to win that way, it gives you the chance to do important things like what I've done in Hawaii. You know why they're talking about passing Defend the Guard in Hawaii? You know why the governor supports it? And we have 4 state legislative members that are in support and wanting to introduce and co-sponsor it, because we're showing face there, right? We're targeting bills in the legislature, even though we don't have anybody elected there yet. But this ties in directly to electoral season. If we want people elected there, we especially want our candidates to be showing face time. We get in the news almost every week because the bills that we oppose, we're often the only ones doing it, right? We're the only ones showing face. We're able to go and petition on these issues, which gives us an excuse to build a network that allows for rapid ballot access petitioning. When our candidates go, we've got the lists ready to go. We're not scrambling. And the people that we're paying it's a lot more passive. We've got them trained. So it's quality over quantity. A couple of good signature gatherers is really all that you need. It's a few can make a huge difference. And if you train them to the point where they can recruit and train others and are doing more than just gathering signatures, suddenly you have a holistic workflow process that can save us tens of thousands of dollars on ballot access costs and allow states a new way to fight and give the LNC a new way to deploy resources intelligently across the country in winnable races. So I just want to say this has certainly not been tried in the past. I know because I looked at our past in order to develop this plan. And paying people $2 a signature is a great idea. $3 a signature, maybe a little bit more, still a good deal for us, right? We can afford that, but we can't just say, well, magic, here's the money, come and get it, and expect people to show up and do a good job. That's not how a business works. So respectfully, Mr. Redpath, I don't think anyone has ever tried anything like this, but it's essential. And I think that there's a lot more nuance to this program that you might appreciate and others might appreciate as well. Mr. Paco, if you could, what do you think the odds are of achieving I think it's 3% margin? Do you have a plan to maybe try to reach that many people with one of your major campaigns so that this might not be an issue in the future? And is there any way I can help you to support that? I have a program that you could take in your own state that might help to make sure that we don't have to do this again.
We've, as I've mentioned before, we've come very close in the governor's race in the past. We were in, 2018. We were within less than 1,000 votes. We had 2.9% compared to the 3%. So I don't think it's definitely out of reach for us. We just have to find ourselves a good, energetic candidate and support that candidate. As well as the rest of the party. Now, I plan to run for office in a supporting role to also, push the issues of
Justin,
opening up the
tell us about the
political
debates.
process, making it more competitive, having other parties, in order to push for the idea that hey, maybe it's time to think about voting different, vote for the Libertarian for governor, even though we all know who's going to win and who's not going to win. Make your vote matter by giving us a chance to move forward and maintain some more competition in our political system.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Mr. Nikela.
Let's see, where do I start here? I remember a time when we had real money, a couple $1 million a year really isn't real money, but we had more money than we do now when we were giving $50,000 to candidates, not even just ballot access. I'd like to get back to those days. If I'm not mistaken, I think does Texas require a gubernatorial candidate to get a certain percentage in order to maintain ballot access?
It's 2% in any statewide race.
In any statewide race. So it's not completely unique to Arkansas that we're saying having to get a certain amount. I know in New York it was that way within, certain races for a while. We unfortunately lost that. That's going to be extremely expensive to get back. But in a lot of states, sadly, we have to spend a lot of money in order to just get on the ballot. I think Mr. Watkins brought up some good points, and I want to address a few of them. In Florida in 2019, we did Operation First Step, and those of you that were, I don't know if there's anybody in this group that's from Florida, but we ran. Gosh, I don't even remember how many candidates, but we got 33 candidates elected. I think it was, I want to say, yeah, 2018, 2019 era. It was really spectacular, and it wasn't dog catcher. I mean, we had city council, county council, community development districts, a lot of really good positions. And a part of the reason we were able to do that was number one, we ran local races, which I believe in. But number two, we have ballot access in Florida. We have constitutional ballot access. We have the best ballot access in the country, as far as I know, because if three people in this group wanted to create a new political party tomorrow in Florida, we could do it. I mean, it's that easy. And one of us could run for whatever we wanted. So other states have to worry about this kind of thing, unfortunately. So to Mr. Watkins' point, I don't see the strategy changing. I still think, at least as far as the body's adopted strategy goes with PDR, is we want to support our candidates on the ground to win races, to get into elected office, to get into positions of power in order to push libertarian policy and get elected and do the things we set out to do. Conversely, there's people that, despite what you tell them, they're going to run for governor, they're going to run for Senate, they're going to run for House, whatever it is. And a lot of them know, look, your chances of winning are they're what they are. But they still do it for whatever reason. I don't want to discourage them from doing it as long as they understand that they're doing it for a specific purpose. Maybe your goal is to get 3%. If you can hit that goal, that's a good goal. And I think it's a worthy goal. And so I think there is a strategy that encompasses both for practical reasons. But to Mr. Watkins' point, I still think that local offices is our bread and butter. And we still need support for the candidate support committee and PDR. That's something that we're lacking, I think, right now. We're getting there, but we're still lacking. That's all.
Yeah, I'd like to just say one last thing, and honestly, I'd like to move on and just go to bed. But just
Forget me.
yeah, thank you, Steve. But I think overall our incentives are wrong. I think that $10,000. I understand that if we take on this encumbrance, that doesn't mean we're going to spend $10,000. But I just think that amount of money could be better served, working on purchasing and building tools for those candidates to use. I mean, we have voter gravity. We could set up an incentive structure that focuses on local level races, because like I've already mentioned how I feel about the higher level races, and I think those do serve a specific purpose. I think it should primarily be a messaging and recruiting tool, and then the real action happens at a local level because that's where you build trust. So I think it really just depends on the candidate and campaign in question. I really think just because we've done things in the past doesn't mean we should continue to do that, especially if they're not working. But yeah, I think the root cause or the root issue for me, I guess, is just the incentives seem to be structured incorrectly. We talk about ballot access in various states, and we're like, oh yeah, we'll do this for you guys, we'll do this for you guys, and that's fine. That doesn't. I don't mean to suggest that there aren't serious volunteers in whatever state, in any given state, but I think we just need to rethink how we allocate these resources and how they may make more of an impact long term for our candidates, and incentivize people to run locally, because like you said, people are like, oh, I'm going to run for Senate, but they don't really have a plan for what they're going to do in their campaign. They're just going to put their name on the ballot or whatever, or they'll go to a couple parties or whatever. That's fine. But like, if we want to be serious, we got to play the game differently, because the rules are against us. So if they're against us, we're playing a different game.
And it's not
like
just,
the referee is
can't
not
just
on our
involve
side.
candidates. Cannot just involve candidates
But
for
that's
that
all.
reason.
I'd like to
and
move
many
on
others.
now, if everybody else
Please
does too.
You kind of skipped past Mr. McMahon. I believe he was before you, so I wanted to let him speak real quick.
I object. No.
Your objection is not well taken, Mr. Watkins. Mr. Watkins has a point, Mr. Martin has a point, Mr. Redpath has a point, and you're also all completely wrong at the same time. To Mr. Martin's point, I don't see anything wrong with, the Project Overwatch and Operation was Overwatch, and then there was another name for it that I can't remember what it was called. It has something very similar has been done in the past within the national party and by the states, and it tried and it failed. It's important to admit that and to talk to the people who were here then that know why it failed, or can at least give some guidance as to why it failed so that another program might be successful. I don't think we should shy away from something just because it failed in the past. I think you try and try again. You try to build those inroads. We've had systems like voter gravity, similar to voter gravity over the years that didn't take on, they didn't work. We've had lots of programs over the past that died in the fire and were in the dustbin that then got brushed off and then became successful. This may be a program that's successful. Problem is, it's not here today. We need it today. Within the next, couple of days, we need an answer for this petitioner. And I don't want to see all the hard work that a state has put into achieving this to then have it end in the last minute, even though they probably would be successful in fundraising more money over the next couple of months before February. But they don't have it today. So they kind of need it now. I agree with Mr. Watkins that we need to have more tools and better things for our candidates. I will say that $11,000 was given by donors. This wasn't the money that was apportioned by the budget. This was people donated to the Ballot Access Fund, requesting money to go to the Ballot Access Fund, not money to go towards voter gravity
Agreed,
or mailers or anything else. That's what these donors wanted it to go to, was ballot access. And here's a worthy ballot access thing. But I think we need to do more things. We need to focus on those things. I can tell you that here in Indiana, one of the most unsexy statewide races is our ballot access race. Comes around every 4 years, and it's Secretary of State. And most people don't know about the Secretary of State until very recently. And they just didn't care. And it's a hard thing to get people interested and motivated, especially in Indiana, where for a very long time it was, it takes 15 minutes to register your business in Indiana and get everything set up. I'm going to make it 14 minutes. It was a very difficult thing. I'm going to regulate the car dealerships. It's already in state law. Like what are you going to do? It's a very unsexy race that determines whether or not we're a political party for 4 years. We have to maintain 2%. We've managed to do it since 1994, when we first won ballot access. But I want to point out that the party, as I know, because we were just recently involved with ballot access litigation with the Green Party and independents suing the state of Indiana, it was pointed out that it would cost us $500,000 to get back on the ballot today if we lost it. That's how much it would cost in petitioning in Indiana to get back on the ballot. It's why the Green Party is never on the ballot in Indiana. And so, the other side to that is because we have the ballot access and we've been able to retain it. I think it was either 2022 or 2023. I can't remember off the top of my head exactly which year it was, but in one of those years, Indiana was 2/3 of all elected libertarians on election night. It wasn't a lot, but we were 2/3. We were the vast majority of the electoral wins on election night was here in Indiana. And it was because we have ballot access and we were able to run those candidates locally. The crappy thing about it is, and this is what I said in our lawsuit, is we have to save our money and save our resources and really pitch everything up for the Secretary of State race, because that's where everything's the most important thing. It'd be great if it was any statewide, or if it was the gubernatorial race. Don Rainwater in 2020 and got 12%, won or came in second place in a three-way race in a third of the counties in the state. And there are 92 counties in Indiana. So we can't just pick one thing. We have to pick all of the things and divide our resources as best we can to do the absolute best that we can for all of the affiliates and all of our members. So this is one of those things that I think this is doing the best we can with the divided resources, is to help this state party out and make sure that they're able to cross the finish line in time. Thanks.
Thank you very much, Mr. McMahon, for your comments there. Mr. Nikela, how long we were going to go on this item? Because
I mean,
it's late.
It's late.
As much as I love spending my anniversary evening with y'all,
let's.
you know, you did call a meeting.
I hope that everybody is satisfied. If you like these types of informal meetings, we can definitely do it again. I actually,
Mr. Chair,
we used to do this once a week in Florida. We don't have to do it that often, Mr. McMahon.
I just
point of order.
I would like to call on Mr. Ford because he didn't really get to speak.
Go
I'm
ahead.
sorry.
If we can just make him our last, that would be very appreciated.
Please, yes.
I have something very elegant to say. I'd like to call the question.
Thank you.
I was hoping it was going to be profound, Mr. Ford. Okay. All right. Well, I think we're good on discussion. Mr. McMahon, if you'd like to start the recording, we can call the executive committee meeting to order.
This meeting is being recorded.
Good evening, everyone. It is 10:49 p.m. Eastern Time. It is August 24th, 2025, and I'm going to be gaveling in this executive committee meeting of the Libertarian National Committee. Mr. McMahon, if you'd like to take roll call, please. How we had it for 9 p.m. Wishful thinking. Oh, you're muted, Mr. McMahon.
Sorry, I was muted. I was saying that was my wishful thinking, putting it in there as 9 p.m. Boy, was I young and inexperienced. This is XCOM call. Trina Kayla.
Present.
Vice Chair Dar.
Here.
Treasurer Redpath.
Yes.
Secretary McMahon is here. Mr. Ford.
Here.
And Mr. Watkins.
Karen, and I did not know
Here.
that it's the anniversary of Hurricane Andrew.
All members are present and accounted for, Mr. Chair.
3, 4, 5, 6.
Thank you, Mr.
Six.
McMahon.
Point of information. How many members?
6, but we have one open position, I think.
We have a vacancy.
We have one vacancy.
But it doesn't say in the policy manual that it has to be filled. It's not. It's 4 officers plus. XCOM roll call.
There's no set number.
No.
Really?
I thought there was a number. I thought there was a set number. I don't know.
Well, it's
Last I saw the policy manual.
Let me look real quick.
Ooh, my phone is getting low. Ugh.
Share.
But it doesn't require a vote of the, or in other words, it's the attending members, I'm assuming.
4 officers plus any member of the LNC members excluding alternates.
Any members, so no number. Huh.
Plus any number of
There we go.
LNC members. So you guys could
Got
theoretically appoint everybody.
Hmm.
Or none. But no alternates.
All right. Well, Mr. Redpath, I believe you have a motion.
Yes, the motion is to encumber $10,000 of LNC cash for the Libertarian Party of Arkansas petition drive.
Is there a second?
Second.
Mr. Redpath, would you like to speak to it?
No.
Is there any discussion on this?
Move to extend time by an hour and a half.
Any objection to extending time till Monday? I'll ask if there's any discussion going once, going twice, going 3 times.
I would just say I'd prefer to have a odd number of XCOM members, but that's not relevant, I guess.
I think that is a good idea. I think we're gonna have to hash that out at some point.
Yeah.
Just have one of them leave.
Not that it probably won't make any difference in this, but it could in the future.
Yeah, seven's a good number. Keep it odd. Mr. McMahon, if you'd like to go ahead with a roll call vote, as there does not seem to be any discussion.
Mr. Dark.
Yes.
Mr. Redpath.
I will vote yes.
I will also vote yes. Mr. Ford.
Yes.
Mr. Watkins.
No.
Mr. Chair.
I'll abstain.
Vote is 4 yes, 1 no, 1 abstention.
Motion passes. Congratulations to Arkansas.
Move
Next
to
up,
adjourn.
is there a second?
I object to the consideration.
Second.
Hearing no objections, class is dismissed.
Thanks, everyone.
I think that was a record.
Thank you, Dr.
The
Packo.
recording
in
has
particular.
stopped.
Thank you all.
All right. Take care. Thanks a lot, everyone. Good night.
Thank you. Next up is LNC After Hours. Just kidding. We're going to bed. Good night.
Good night.
All right, it is over. Kyle is muted, and I'm just going to wait for him to realize that he's muted. Yeah, you are muted. Yep, you are. Look at you. It's weird. My head unmuted doesn't unmute you. Try saying something?
Something.
Okay. All right. Now you are hearable. All right. So we learned that Austin is probably going to send another very strongly worded email. Apart from that, not much else new. So I think we can call it.
Indeed. It,
right.
That after session was supposed to be at 9 o'clock, like they pointed out, and it's 11. So great. Sorry that we didn't get to tell you guys more things, but that's it for the night.